Welcome to Goodwin Field in Fullerton as we have a series rubber match to conclude the 15-mile rivalry. It's the Long Beach State Dirtbags taking on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside JayDe Beaudry, and you are listening to 22 West Radio. The Titans struck first, holding off a late Dirtbags comeback to win 5-4 on Thursday night. Long Beach responded with a win last night as they sent their ace, Kellen Montgomery, to the mound. Montgomery gave them 4 one-run innings, so Montgomery continued his hot streak on the mound. The winner of this game today will take the series, so it's a big one here at Goodwin Field. The Dirtbags have won 3 consecutive conference series prior to this one, taking 2 of 3 against UC Santa Barbara, Hawaii, and Cal State Bakersfield. So no sweeps in that mix, but 3 series wins. They'll look to make it 4 in a row today. They enter at 9-11 in conference play, good for 7th place in the Big West. This could be considered a near must-win game for the Dirtbags. With only 3 conference series left to play after this one, they'll need to get into 5th place to make it back to Fullerton for the Big West tournament. JayDe, defense has had a big role to play in this series so far. Errors cost the Dirtbags on Friday and hurt the Titans last night. How do you see these teams adjusting heading into the series finale?
Yeah, we're at that point in the season, Bruce, where every game matters. And the defensive adjustments made by both teams, not only heading into the series, but especially heading into today, have had mixed results. On Friday, it was Fullerton who had 2 errors to Long Beach's 0. And on Thursday, it was Long Beach's errors in the infield that cost them the game. Today, the Dirtbags opt to stick with their young guns, including Efren Ortega behind the plate. It's a mixed bag of freshmen and seniors. As for Fullerton, they shuffle up their veterans in the outfield. It's a new-look lineup for the Titans. We'll see what kind of consistency they can find there. But the bottom line is, Bruce, the team that plays better baseball today will like their chances in today's rubber match.
Can read out the Long Beach State starting lineup today. Leading off playing right field is Kyle Ashworth. Ashworth was a homer shy of the cycle last night. Batting second is Alex Champagne, the center fielder for the Dirtbags, continuing his Ironman streak. Nathan Cadena bats third and plays first. Easton Elliott up into the cleanup spot after 3 hits last night, reached 4 times. He plays second base. Connor Sharpio DHs and bats fifth. Trotter Enright back at shortstop, batting sixth. Jake Evans playing third base, batting seventh. Matt Toomey, the left fielder, bats eighth, and then Efren Ortega is in the squat and batting ninth. The starting pitcher today for Cal State Fullerton is the right-hander Jason Krakowski. So Kyle Ashworth has stepped into the box. Krakowski out of the windup. His first pitch misses outside, and we're officially underway in Game 3 of this weekend series.
And Kyle Ashworth always seems to show up against the Titans. Had a good series last year, and he's continued that momentum into this 3-game stretch.
Krakowski, the sophomore, on the mound for Fullerton. Here comes his 1-0. It misses down. So Kyle Ashworth, the very patient leadoff man for Long Beach State, is ahead in the count, 2-0. Ashworth has reached base at a 481 clip this season. A fantastic year for the Long Beach right fielder. He's batting .352, now takes one outside, so the count is 3-0 to get this game underway.
Yeah, we know Ashworth is going to look off those pitches that are high and outside. A patient hitter all year long, like you said, reaches base very efficiently, been walked a team high 25 times coming into this one.
Krakowski just trying to find the zone. His 3-0 pitch just finds the outside corner. Krakowski hasn't had a lot of success this year. This is his 5th start, 8th overall appearance. He comes in with a 9.26 ERA through 11 2/3 innings. Three-one pitch. Fastball on the outside corner again. Ashworth gives a little head tilt as that one's in, and the count is now full.
Yeah, 5 pitches in. Kyle Ashworth yet to take a cut.
Such a great game for Ashworth last night. Looking to keep up his momentum into today. Payoff pitch, fouled straight back.
Yeah, that was a pitch that Kyle Ashworth really likes. High, middle of the zone. Gonna swing at that one every time.
Fastball that he was right on, but couldn't get it fair. It's a long at-bat to start the ball game here. This next pitch will be the 7th. Right on left matchup. Krakowski gets the pitch sign, now goes out of the windup. Here's another full count pitch, comes home, fouled straight back, nearly the same spot on the netting behind home plate. Ashworth fights off another fastball.
Yeah, that fastball a little more inside, comes off the thinner part of the bat. But Kyle Ashworth stays alive.
Pitch number 8 upcoming. Ashworth with his toes just behind the chalk in that left-handed batter's box. Krakowski comes home, slider this time, yanked foul down the right side. Ashworth stays alive again.
Yeah, good catch from Ashworth. He's seen a few different pitches from Karkoski so far on this at-bat. A good battle brewing here.
8-pitch battles so far. Fullerton playing straight up, outfield just shaded to push. Here's another full count pitch, fastball, misses outside. A 9-pitch walk for Kyle Ashworth to start the game, and the Long Beach dugout is fired up. That's a good start here in the top of the first.
Yeah, get a leadoff base runner, exactly what TJ Bruce would have wanted to see out of his guys. And it was not a bad pitch at all from Karkoski, just couldn't catch the zone, wanted Ashworth to chase, but as we know, Kyle Ashworth, a very patient hitter, knows his zone, now sets the table for Alex Champagne.
Dirtbags with a couple big power bats missing this weekend. Armando Briseño and Dylan Lena each tied for the team lead with 5 home runs apiece, but both of them not dressing this weekend. We see Armando Briseño watching the game from the crowd here with some family. But Alex Champagne steps into the left-handed box, man on first, nobody out. First pitch comes home and misses low for ball 1.
Alex Champagne had a good night on Thursday, a pair of doubles, but did strike out in the top of the 9th to end the game with a go-ahead run on first.
Ashworth 4 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. Giving some jab steps at first. He stays home as the 1-0 misses in the dirt. There goes Ashworth. He moves up to second. Was anticipating that ball in dirt and got a good jump. So no throw even goes to second base as Ashworth moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch.
Yeah, tough start as well for Waldy Perez behind the dish. Getting his first start of this 15-mile rivalry series. This is that one in the dirt and can't find it.
Man on second now with a 2-0 count to Alex Champagne. Kurkowski looks back, now comes home and misses just outside on a fastball.
Yeah, Jason Karkoski so far trying to force these Dirtbags batters to swing. Patient hitting once again from Alex Champagne, though, has him ahead in the count.
Back-to-back 3-0 counts to start the game. He worked it back to full before eventually walking Ashworth. The 3-0 to Champagne in there on the outside corner. Right at 90 miles an hour from Karkoski. The corners are pulled in the infield for the Titans, who are rocking their neon orange alternate jerseys today. 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside. Back-to-back walks to start this first inning for the Dirtbags.
Yeah, Dirtbags are fired up, and you can start to see Jason Karkoski on the mound just get a little uncomfortable. Going to have a conference with his catcher Perez. In his last start, Karkoski was jumped all over by the Oregon State Beavers, one of the top teams in the country. Took him yard once. He only lasted 2 1/3 innings. Karkoski looking for a solid start today, but with runners on first and second, it's the Dirtbags who want to strike first.
Nathan Cadena is coming up now, the first right-handed batter in this Dirtbags lineup. Now we've got Jason Dietrich, the Fullerton head coach, momentarily walking out of the dugout. Looks like there might be a pitch comm issue as the catcher Perez is walking over to the Fullerton dugout and gesturing over to his right ear. Oh no, it looks like it's an issue with his catcher's gear. Different assistant coach pops out of the dugout and is working on the catcher's gear back behind him.
Yeah, it looks like might be some discomfort with those back straps.
Now he gives a thumbs up and Perez will jog back out onto the field. Dirtbags have runners at first and second with nobody out to begin this top of the first inning. Nathan Cadena comes up off an 0 for 3 last night. He did drive in a run. The first game of the series was a more successful one for Cadena as he went 2 for 4 with 3 driven in. Jason Kurkowski, 14 pitches in, has issued back-to-back walks, still looking for his first out. Corner infield pulled in a bunt defense. First pitch, a slider on the outside corner. Came across at 82 for strike 1.
Yeah, Nathan Cadena having a very good season. The San Jose State transfer. A consistent presence in this Dirtbag starting lineup. Started 35 games this season, all over the infield.
Corners remain in. 0-1 pitch, he squares around, bunts it down the third base line. That'll stay fair. Scooped up, the throw to first is off the bag. So Cadena's gonna be safe. Johnstone getting the start at third base today. Couldn't get it there accurately. We'll see how that's scored, but Nathan Cadena reaches first base after he gets the bunt down, and the Dirtbags have the bases juiced here in the top of the first.
Yeah, what a spot here for the Dirtbags. No outs, bases loaded. Stepping up to the plate, Easton Elliott. Exactly what the Dirtbags want. A hot start Just need to put some runs on the board.
Johnstone was the DH in each of these last 2 games, gets the starting nod at third base today and can't make the play on the bunt. Easton Elliott comes up here off 3 hits last night in the cleanup spot for this one. Bases loaded, no out as the first pitch misses low. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball just below the knees to Elliott.
Easton Elliott with more of a stand-up stance in that left-handed batter's box. Big zone for Karkoski to work with.
Left-handed batter, 1-0 pitch. Line drive up the middle. That'll get down. The center fielder, Kirshner, gets over for it, but that's a 2-run single for Easton Elliott. The Dirtbags still with nobody out have had their first 4 batters reach. Cadena scrambles over to third base, so it'll be runners at the corners, but Easton Elliott delivers a 2-run single. Dirtbags ahead 2-0.
Elliott waits on his pitch and ropes that one right over second base into center field. An excellent piece of hitting. And Dirtbags off to a great start, one of their best of the season.
Easton Elliott is red hot right now, and that's going to force a Titans mound visit with still nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Jason Krakowski has not been able to find his rhythm this year, and nothing different here today. Dirtbags have had 4 straight reach against him. Easton Elliott comes up with a hit there. Nathan Cadena's bunt was scored a hit, so it's the second hit of the game for the Dirtbags, but Elliott roped the 1-0 fastball into center field. No chance for Kirshner to go over and get it. It's a much different defensive alignment today for the Titans than we've seen in the first 2 games of the series. Kirshner, who started on Thursday at first base, moves out to center field, was playing fairly deep as that line drive dunked in front of him. Can set the rest of the defense for Cal State Fullerton. Waldy Perez is in the squat. Isaiah Gomez over at first base. The third baseman is Carter Johnstone. Middle infield, Eli Lopez and Maddox Lada. Shortstop Lada and Lopez at second remains the same. Outfield from left to right for Fullerton, Jacob Shart in left, Andrew Kirshner in center, and Matthew Bardowell in right field. Connor Sharpio in the box now, runners at the corners, nobody out. First pitch, a slider that misses outside.
And that mound visit, more of a pep talk for Karkoski. He's had a short leash at times this season, has never gone more than 2 1/3 innings. See how long he lasts with runners on the corners.
Sharpio in a slump, has an even 200 batting average. 1-0 pitch, a fastball in for a strike. 91 miles an hour there from Krakowski. Easton Elliott, the runner at first base, 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts this year. Nathan Cadena at third. 1-1, slider misses high.
Now a slider from Karkoski that just never dipped as he takes a long look towards the dugout before resetting to deliver the 2-1.
Dirtbags have already played a 2 here in this top half of the first. Still nobody out with runners at the corners. Right on right matchup. 2-1 pitch comes downhill. Fastball fouled back. It gets out of play as Sharpio could not get that one fair.
Yeah, talk about Connor Sharpio's slump that he's struggling with at the moment. A regular first baseman in the DH for this series. Last season's batting champion.
Sharpio 0 for 7 in this series. 2-2 pitch, slider right on the outside corner. Sharpio gets rung up on a nice pitch from Jason Krakowski. He's got his first out on the punch out of Sharpio.
Karkoski able to expand the zone, and Connor Sharpio delivers some instructions before heading back to the dugout. Titans have their first out, looking to escape this top half of the inning.
Trotter Enright, the next batter for Long Beach State, the true freshman shortstop, steps in here. Long Beach still looking to add some more. The third baseman, Johnstone, pulled all the way in on the grass in front of third base, playing for the bunt. Left-handed batting shortstop steps in, but a pickoff throw over to first is not in time. Elliott dives back before the at-bat can start.
Yeah, keeping the runners honest here. Trotter Enright has a lot of options at his disposal right now.
Dirtbags have shown a willingness to run squeeze plays this year. Another pickoff attempt, Elliott back safely. They ran a squeeze in the 8th inning on Thursday night with Enright at the plate. Enright was not able to get the bunt down, and it was a suicide squeeze, so it left the runner out to dry. Trotter Enright digging back in. Back-to-back pickoff attempts before his plate appearance can get started. Krakowski sets at the belt. Another pickoff attempt. Elliott back ahead of the throw again.
Elliott over there on first, taking a little two-hop lead. Just trying to occupy some space in the mind of Krakowski. Doing a good job so far. As Trotter Enright still waits for the first pitch of his at-bat.
Right on left matchup. Krakowski sets. Now finally comes home. Runner started to go, then stops as a slider finds the outside corner. Elliott broke on the pitch, but then threw on the brakes. Oh, 1 count, runners at the corners with 1 out. Pitch comes home, it's swung on and missed. Changeup at 83 that Enright chased outside, and he's in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, Trotter Enright's gonna adjust his gloves, adjust the bat a little bit. Took a big hack and finds himself down 0-2 in the count.
And timeout called by the home plate umpire, Dax Upton. Looks like he's calling a pitch clock violation on Trotter Enright. So Upton walks over to the left side of the home plate circle and rings up Enright. A 2-pitch strikeout to Trotter Enright as the first 2 pitches went for strikes, and then he gets called for a pitch clock violation. So 2 big outs for Jason Krakowski as the runners remain put at the corners.
Haven't seen that one so far this season, and essentially a delay of game call against Enright, who took a little too long to adjust those batting gloves.
Set of signs being given by Waldy Perez, the Fullerton catcher. As stepping in is the true freshman Jake Evans, Long Beach kid, with a big spot to try and come through right here. Right on right matchup. First pitch, Elliott breaks, throws on the brakes as it's taken on the outside corner. A slider at 83 for a strike. It was the same thing as during that Enright at bat where Elliott broke on the pitch, then stopped and scrambled back to the base. He's only attempted to steal once this year, but hasn't had a ton of playing time. Now he goes, slider misses, pump fake down to second. It'll be a stolen base for Easton Elliott. The pitch was just a little high, so the count is 1-1 to Jake Evans, as runners are now at second and third with 2 out.
Yeah, Perez holds his throw. Got a man on third he's got to contend with. Nathan Canina licking his chops. Would have definitely broke for home if that throw would have gone down to second.
A lot of the shortstop shaded over in the 5.5 hole. 1-1 pitch, fouled straight back. Evans right in time, but can't get it fair. Jason Krakowski now just 1 strike away from working out of this inning without any additional damage. 1-2 pitch, slider pulled foul down the third base line. Chopper on the ground. Evans was out ahead but stayed alive.
Yeah, Evans still working on his timing a little bit. First pitch we've seen in a while from Krakowski where he forces it inside.
Still a 1-2 count to Jake Evans. Krakowski trying to put him away. Slider just outside. Dax Upton does not give Fullerton the call. Get some jeers from this crowd. Second and third with 2 out. Jake Evans digs back in with a 2-2 count. Krakowski sets. Comes downhill. Slider on the outside corner. Evans takes it again, but he gets rung up this time. It's a strikeout to end the frame. Jason Krakowski leaves a couple stranded in scoring position. It's a 2-run top of the first inning for the Dirtbags, but you have to feel like it leaves something to be desired. They still had runners at the corners with nobody out. Can't plate any more runs, but as we go to the bottom of the first, it's a 2-0 lead for Long Beach State here on 22 West Radio. Cal State Fullerton coming up to bat for the first time in this rubber match of the 15-mile rivalry series. They'll be facing Owen Geis, the sophomore right-hander for Long Beach State. Geis has moved himself into the starting rotation as this season has gone on. This will be his 7th start of the year, 12th overall appearance. And Geis comes in with a 4-5 record and a 4.12 ERA.
Owen Geis in his last few appearances has had his fair share of struggles. He was the Sunday starter against CSU Bakersfield in a game that just got away from the Dirtbags. They went up 6-0 before surrendering a 7-run inning. Owen Geis pulled in that one after 4 2/3 innings of work. Comes into today's matchup looking to provide the Dirtbags with a bit of a spark and back up Kellen Montgomery's big pitching performance from last night.
Geis, a bit of a kitchen sink guy, comes at you with a fastball, a sinker, a changeup, a slider, and a sweeper. So has plenty of pitches to go to. Leading off today for Cal State Fullerton once again is Carter Johnstone. He's led off all 3 games of this series, DH'd the last 2, but is playing third base today. Maddox Lotta will bat second, playing shortstop, with Andrew Kirshner, the Big West RBI leader, playing center field and batting third. We'll take you through the rest of the Titans order as this inning goes on. But Carter Johnstone is in the left-handed box here to face the righty on the mound. First pitch, a sinker on the outside corner for strike 1. Matthew Barterwell will bat cleanup, playing right field today for Fullerton. Eli Lopez playing second base and batting 5th, with Jacob Shart, the left fielder, batting 6th. A 1 pitch from Geis. Changeup that flipped out of the hand and hit him right on the front hip. A very awkward pitch release there on the mound from Owen Geis. And it's a second pitch. Hit batter. Carter Johnstone will head down to first as a leadoff base runner for the Titans.
Yeah, really weird pitch there from Geis. A lot of horizontal movement on it. Definitely slipped out of the hand. Caught Johnstone square in the back. Geis shakes out his shoulders now as he steps in to face Maddox Lotta.
Carter Johnstone down at first base, 5 for 7 on stolen base attempts this year. Maddox Lotta digging in with a .353 batting average. First pitch from Geis, a sinker that barrels down and in for ball 1.
Coming into this series, it was Maddox Lotta who was leading the Titans in batting average and a few other batting categories. Since this series has begun, it's been Carter Johnstone leapfrogging him.
Right on right matchup. Long pause for Geis, and he picks off, but Johnstone dives back safely.
Maddox Lotta also a very patient hitter. Boasts one of the best on-base percentages in the Big West. .464, that's higher than Kyle Ashworth. Not often we see that from an opposition player.
1-0 pitch, breaking ball, just missed him on the inside corner. So Maddox Lotta turned with the pitch and almost got hit, but instead it goes for ball 2. 7, 8, and 9 spots in the Fullerton lineup today. Isaiah Gomez playing first base, batting 7th. Marcos Rosales, the DH, bats 8th. And then Waldy Perez, the catcher, in the 9 spot. 2-0 pitch from Geis, breaking ball in for a strike. Caught the front door that time, so it's a 2-1 count now to Lotta.
Good looking pitch from Geis. Needs to throw strike, settle down a little bit after hitting Johnstone on just his second pitch.
Geis gives a pop-up squat as he comes set. 2-1. Breaking ball tapped over to third base. Evans Fields throws to second in time. That'll be the only play. So fielder's choice for Lotta as Geis gets a ground ball and records his first out of this bottom of the first inning.
Good work from the Dirtbags infield over on third base. Jake Evans, a throw just a bit behind the second baseman, Easton Elliott. Unable to turn 2, but a productive out. Get this bottom half of the inning started.
Those are the type of batted balls that Owen Geis is looking for against those right-handed batters. Usually relies more on the sinker in those same-handed matchups. Plays more with the four-seam fastball against left-handed batters. It's a lefty stepping in now, and Andrew Kirshner. Lotta the runner at first. First one, a breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike.
Andrew Kirshner is having himself a season. Today he gets to start in center field. Absolutely insane RBI total that only continues to grow. 52 coming into this game, best in the conference.
Pop up high within the infield, ranging out into left field. Enright trying to track it. Now the left fielder Toomey calls it off, but it lands in front of him. That was a very high pop up, big league type that the Dirtbags just could not corral. Enright and Toomey both were tracking it. A couple of true freshmen, but neither one of them really got anywhere near that ball as it drops into left field. It'll go as a hit for Kirshner, but one that I'm sure TJ Bruce would like his team to come down with.
Yeah, the elements are working against the Dirtbags today and everyone in the outfield. Not only is it a sunny day, but we've got wind whipping from left to right and at times from home plate out to center. 3 Dirtbags in the area, none of them able to come down with the ball. Now the Titans have runners on first and second.
1 out in the inning for Geis. He's now facing the right-handed hitting Matthew Bardwell. Breaking ball pulled on the ground over to Evans at third. He fields, throws to second in time. Throw across to first, also in time. A 5-4-3 double play to finish the frame. Jake Evans takes care of business again, and that strands a runner in scoring position for Fullerton. We're going to the second inning. Still 2-0 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach coming back up here in the top of the second, still retaining a 2-0 lead. Fullerton could put a couple on in the bottom of the first inning, but the Dirtbags retired the side on a 5-4-3 double play started by the third baseman Jake Evans. Leading off this top of the second for Long Beach is Matt Toomey, 8-9-1 due up in the order. Jason Krakowski back out on the mound for Fullerton, right on left matchup. First pitch swung on and missed.
Very interesting lineup today for the Dirtbags. First 5 hitters, all seniors. The back half, all freshmen. Matt Toomey standing 6'3", one of the taller Dirtbags in the lineup today.
0-1, swung on and missed again. So Toomey swings at the first 2 pitches, but comes up empty both times, and he's in a 0-2 hole. Krakowski with 3 strikeouts on his line. One of them came via pitch timer violation as he gets Toomey to swing and miss again. A slider barreling towards the back foot. Toomey comes up empty, so a 3-pitch strikeout for Matt Toomey to begin this second inning.
Yeah, Matt Toomey always fools me a little bit, Bruce. A very nonchalant stance and swing. Doesn't get close to any of those 3 pitches. Takes a long walk back to the dugout.
Toomey's a guy with a lot of power in the bat, but a lot of swing and miss in his game. True freshman, we're likely to see that at-bat quality improve as he gets older.
And make that his 29th strikeout of the season. Second highest on the team.
Efren Ortega, another true freshman, steps in now and takes a fastball high to start the at-bat. Ortega batting just .216 this year, but has reached base at a .420 clip. He's walked 10 times and been hit 3 times. Right on right matchup as pitch comes home, and it's another fastball that misses outside.
Efren Ortega has split time this season with Connor Stewart behind the plate. The freshman-senior combo. We saw Stewart the first 2 nights, and we get some Efren Ortega action today.
Krakowski works out of the windup and misses way outside. 3 straight fastballs, all of them missed to Efren Ortega, and he's ahead 3-0. Kyle Ashworth, the leadoff man for Long Beach, looming on deck. Already 2 walks for this Long Beach lineup. Almost a full way through the order. Ortega trying to make it 3. That one misses inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter, Efren Ortega. That'll bring up Kyle Ashworth with a man on first and 1 out.
Yeah, Kyle Ashworth lumbers into the box after getting some instructions from the dugout. After a big performance last night, got this game started with a walk. Looking for more here in the top of the second.
Not huge wheels for the catcher Ortega, but he has stolen the only base he's attempted to get this year. 1 for 1 in the stolen base department. First pitch to Ashworth, a slider that misses inside. Kyle Ashworth walked on 9 pitches to lead off the ball game. Up there for the second time now here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 pitch, down in the dirt. Nice block by Waldy Perez will force Ortega to stay put at first. Ball bounced off the chest protector out in front of home plate, but Ortega stays there.
Ortega showing some aggressive base running on these first 2 pitches. Takes a healthy lead, breaks off halfway towards second before retiring. See what he does here.
2-0 counts Kyle Ashworth. Pitch comes home, a fastball that misses outside. So it's the same way the game got started with a 3-0 count to Kyle Ashworth.
Yeah, Jason Karkoski, his pitch count is climbing rapidly. Unable to throw strikes early in at-bats. Once again, gives Kyle Ashworth a hitter's count.
This will be pitch number 43. It's a fastball that just catches the outside corner. Similar spot, but just a little bit closer to the plate there. Gets him the first strike of the at-bat. 3 walks and 2 hits for this Long Beach offense so far. 3-1, fastball outside. 5-pitch walk for Kyle Ashworth and back-to-back free passes issued by Jason Krokroski. So as Alex Champagne comes up to the plate, it's first and second with 1 out for the Dirtbags.
Yeah, there is some action over there in the Titans bullpen. Krokroski having his fair share of struggles today. Almost a repeat of what we saw in the top of the first. Back-to-back walks, runners on first and second. Alex Champagne stepping up to the plate.
Dirtbags had 4 straight reach to start the game. Ashworth has been on both times as Champagne steps up. First pitch to the center fielder of the Dirtbags, misses high on a breaking ball.
Alex Champagne, trademark wide stance, gets low, shrinks the strike zone. Not an easy guy to pitch to, especially with his speed on the base paths. Just looking to make contact here.
His walk in the first inning put his on base back above 400. Now he fouls one straight back into the netting behind home plate. Fastball at 90 that he just got a piece of. Nathan Cadena in the on-deck circle was instructed by Dax Upton, the home plate umpire, to step over a little closer towards the dugout. 1-1, a breaking ball taken down in the dirt, blocked again by Perez. Not a lot of foul territory here at Goodwin Field. We've seen that come into play on some foul pop-ups so far in this series. Two-one, fastball high and away. Count now 3-1 to Champagne.
Alex Champagne more than happy to look off those high fastballs. Stands just 5'8", the senior. Small strike zone. Digs in to take the 3-1.
First and second with 1 out. 3-1 pitch. Line drive down the left side. That'll get foul and out of play. So decent swing there by Champagne. Caught some barrel, but goes into the stands down the left field line. So the count is full to the Dirtbags center fielder, making his 95th consecutive start for the Dirtbags. Long streak that is carried on through this weekend. Open stance for the left-handed batter. Full count pitch, breaking ball, slammed down the left side, but foul. was a slider that got in on the hands. Champagne fought it off, but just couldn't keep it fair. Landed about 3 to 4 feet to the left side of the chalk down the third base line.
If Champagne would have got a hold of that one and kept it fair, Run definitely would have scored from second. Just needs to get his timing right.
Count still full. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Pitch comes home, and it hit him on the front elbow guard. Breaking ball that barreled in and caught Champagne. So 3 straight have reached here against Jason Krakowski as the bases are now loaded for the Dirtbags.
Now Krakowski takes off his glove, rubs the baseball a little bit on the mound, and we're going to have a conference between Waldy Perez and Krakowski on the mound now. Back-to-back innings where the Dirtbags have had the bases loaded. Looking to capitalize, put more runs on the board. Only 1 out against him, with Nathan Cadena stepping up to the plate.
Cadena's been the main RBI man this weekend for the Dirtbags. Has 4 driven in across the first 2 games of the series. He reached on a bunt base hit his first time up. Was trying to lay down a sacrifice, but put it in such a good spot that he legged it out. The throw was made on the run from Johnstone at third, and it pulled the first baseman off the bag. First pitch, slider lifted out into short center field, ranging back to second baseman Lopez underneath it to make the catch, and everybody will have to stay put. A first pitch pop out for Nathan Cadena does not get the job done. The bases remain loaded for Long Beach.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Nathan Cadena. Swings on a pitch inside. A little shake of the head as he heads back to the dugout. With a guy like Krakowski struggling on the mound, Easton Elliott need to wait for his pitch.
Now we've got another mound visit coming here for Cal State Fullerton. The full infield converges around the mound. All 3 base runners against Jason Krakowski in this inning have reached for free. There was a couple of walks and then a hit batter. And that's going to do it for Jason Krakowski. Fullerton making a pitching change with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the second inning. So we'll take a quick break. Long Beach looking to add to their 2-0 lead as Fullerton goes to a reliever. Be right back to introduce him here on 22 West Radio. Titans going to the bullpen here in the top of the second inning. It's the reliever coming on. Jason Blood pitched on Thursday night, went 1 1/3 innings and allowed 2 earned runs to the Dirtbags. With the Titans turning to him here in a big spot. Long Beach has the bases loaded with 2 out here in the top of the second, already carrying a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we saw Jason Blood do well on Thursday. Long Beach was able to put together a run late in that game after struggling offensively for the majority of the contest. Titans opt to swap one Jason for another as Jason Blood finishes up his warm-up. Only needs to get 1 out to escape the inning.
He'll be facing Easton Elliott. The second baseman for Long Beach moved up into the cleanup spot in the order for the first time this season, and he came through in the first inning. Delivered a 2 RBI single his first time up. He steps up to the plate in another big spot here. Bases loaded with 2 out. Elliott had 3 hits last night. Looking for his 5th hit in these last couple days. Steps up with the bases juiced here. Right on left matchup. Blood comes set at the belt. His first pitch out of the bullpen, a fastball that misses low. Actually a changeup there at 78. That changeup is the main pitch that Blood relies on. Has a lot of arm side run and a lot of depth as it comes in the high 70s. Fastball sits high 80s for Blood. 1-0 pitch. Changeup floats onto the outside corner. Nice location there that Elliott takes for strike 1.
Elliott is lined up towards the back of the batter's box. That left foot on the chalk.
Sorry, JD. All 3 batters on base, the responsibility of the starter, Krakowski. 1-1. Changeup lifted out into the right center gap, tracking Bardwell over into the gap, and he makes the catch. Had to go a decent ways for that one, but Matthew Bardwell runs it down, and that ends the inning. Easton Elliott with a fly out. Dirtbags leave the bases juiced. They've already stranded 5 over these first 2 innings of work, but now we go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the second inning, Dirtbags still leading 2-0, but they strand the bases loaded in the top half of the inning. It'll be something worth watching as Fullerton is still within striking distance. Dirtbags have already left 5 runners on base over these first 2 innings of work.
Yeah, you look at that last frame, and Dirtbags have the bases loaded with 1 out. No runs scored. Still holding on to a 2-0 lead, but those missed opportunities could come back to haunt him here.
First pitch from Geis of the bottom of the second is a sinker in for a strike. Eli Lopez, the batter for Cal State Fullerton, second baseman batting in the 5 spot today, comes in with a .299 batting average. Geis out of the windup, 0-1 hit him. Fastball at 87, caught Lopez right between the hips. So no chance to get out of the way of that one as he turned with the pitch, and he'll head down to first, the second hit batter for Geis, both of them leading off the inning.
Yeah, Owen Geis takes a little lap around the pitcher's mound, looking to reset. We don't see him hit too many batters. An uncharacteristic start to his outing today.
Geis came into the game with 13 hit by pitches on the season, now up to 15 with 2 so far today. Leadoff man on first. First pitch fouled back. Batter now is Jacob Shart, the left fielder.
And that foul ball landed inside the kettle corn booth.
Shart came off the bench yesterday. Delivered a double. Pickoff attempt, but Geis can't get it there in time to get Lopez. Shart is only making his 11th start of the season, 20th overall appearance. He's batting .312 with a .417 slugging percentage. 0-1, changeup, misses low. Geis gives his pop-up squat. Comes set, the 1-1 as the runner goes. Line drive into center field. A base hit for Shart. That's going to be an easy first to third for Lopez as he was running on the pitch. Fullerton executes the run and hit, and now it's runners at the corners with nobody out for the Titans.
Really, really good work there from Shart in his third season with the Titans. Ropes one into center field, and now it's Fullerton knocking on the door. Runners on the corners with nobody out.
Isaiah Gomez, the right-handed hitting first baseman, will come up now. No batting gloves and the orange wrist tape on both sides for Gomez. But he comes up in a big spot looking to deliver the first run of the game for the Titans.
Gomez has rocked the barehanded look throughout this season.
First and third, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Geis comes home with a breaking ball that's at the letters for strike one. Dirtbags leading 2-0. Fullerton looking to cut down that deficit. Big spot right here. 0-1. Slider misses way outside. Ortega had to jettison over to his right to stop that one.
Bit of a slide cancel from Ortega behind the dish.
Runner at first, Jacob Shart, 0 for 0. Has not attempted to steal a base this season. 1-1 slider roped into left field. A base hit for Gomez. The runners will each advance 90 feet. Gomez delivers an RBI single, and the Dirtbags have had their deficit cut in half. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Really well worked from Gomez. No chance at third base for Jake Evans. Trotter Enright isn't close to it either. Just like that, the deficit has been cut in half. We're going to have a mound meeting here for the Dirtbags.
Rolando Garza, the pitching coach for Long Beach State, walks his way out there. Garza makes all of the pitching decisions for the Dirtbags, even though TJ Bruce is the head coach. Garza is the man for all of the pitching decisions, whether it's a mound visit, pitching change, everything is run by Garza on the pitching side. TJ Bruce, a former Dirtbags infielder, takes care of all the offensive duties.
Looks like this is going to be more of a pep talk for Owen Geis.
Garza turns around and heads back to the dugout, but the rest of the Dirtbags infield stayed huddled together on the mound for a couple extra words. Now they disperse. Marcos Rosales, the DH today for Fullerton, will be coming up. He started at third base each of the first 2 games of the series. Had a really good game defensively on Thursday, but committed a big 2-run error last night. Finds himself flipped with Johnstone. Now DHing today, batting 8th for Rosales. First and second with nobody out. Dirtbags pull the corners in, and Owen Geis balked. Trotter Enright, the shortstop, threw the open glove and started to dash towards the second base bag. Geis was looking back and flinched. So the balk will advance both runners by a base. Now Titans have men at second and third. Dirtbags are going to bring in the corner infield. Enright and Elliott, the shortstop and second baseman, remain back. First pitch to Marcos Rosales, a sinker in there at the knees for strike one.
Yeah, this crowd here at Goodwin Field starting to feel some fire. Runners on second and third. Owen Geis needs to throw strikes.
0-1, sinker inside, popped up down the right side. Tracking in foul territory, Cadena will watch it fly out of play. Good location there for Geis with a sinker in on the hands. And it's now an 0-2 count to Rosales.
Rosales, the redshirt freshman, played and started in 19 games last year before missing the rest of the season due to injury. Impressed during that time and has worked his way back into the starting lineup this season.
0-2, fastball in on the hands, fought off into the netting above the stands down the right field line. So 3 straight heaters to begin the at-bat to Marcos Rosales. We'll see if Geis goes to the slider now, still an 0-2 count, or if he sticks with the hard stuff. Second and third, nobody out. Corner infield in for the Dirtbags. Slider misses outside, but Ortega gives a point out to the mound, like that location from Owen Geis.
Yeah, down and away. Try to get Rosales to chase. Good pitch to throw when you're ahead.
Great take from Rosales. 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses low. Tried to run the sinker back onto the outside corner, but missed it down below the knees. Owen Geis looking for the first out of this bottom of the second inning. 1 run is already scored for Fullerton as it's a 2-1 lead for the Dirtbags. 2-2, slider swung on and missed. That one caught the middle of the plate, but Rosales was out in front of it. Comes up empty. That's a big strikeout for Owen Geis as the runners stay put at second and third.
Excellent work from Owen Geis on the mound. Gets ahead 0-2 in the count. Tries to get Rosales to chase 2 pitches, down and away, and then down in the middle. Catches him a little off speed for the strikeout. Just needs 2 more outs to escape this frame.
Walde Perez, the number 9 hitter for Fullerton, comes in now. Dirtbags have the corner infielders in again. Cadena way in on the grass, playing the bunt. Sinker misses low on the first pitch for ball 1.
Walde Perez, definitely a bunt candidate here. Only batting 136 on the season. Not a lot of power in his bat.
No extra base hits for Perez. 1-0 pitch, sinker swung on and missed. Nice location, down and away. Perez swings over the top of it.
Perez has struck out in nearly half of his at-bats this season.
10 strikeouts and 22 official at-bats. Geis would love that result here. 1-1 pitch, sinker swung on and missed. Inside corner that time as Perez comes up empty. Geis with a strikeout of the number 8 hitter, looking to do it again against Perez. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Now Geis steps off the back of the mound. Gets a quick reset before this 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Stuck with the heater at 85. Got it by him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Owen Geis in a huge spot. But that'll bring up the top of the order for Fullerton. Carter Johnstone steps up with a hot bat. Still with a couple runners in scoring position for the Titans.
Yeah, he's gotten 2 strikeouts. Owen Geis would love a third. A little shake of the head and a shake of the hips as he needs to face Carter Johnstone with runners on second and third.
Right on left matchup now. Geis 1 out away from escaping the jam. First pitch inside just about hit him, but just grazes by the hips of Johnstone. Johnstone was hit by a pitch his first time up. 1-0, slider down in the dirt, bounces away, but the runners do not advance. Efren Ortega had it bounce over towards the warning track, back behind home plate. Not a lot of foul territory here, but that certainly looked like enough room for the runner down at third to try to score. Eli Lopez hesitated and then headed back to the third base bag. So what might be a big mistake there for Fullerton as Geis will look to take advantage. 2-0, slider misses way up and away. So 3 uncompetitive pitches here to begin the at-bat to Johnstone. 3-0, slider bounce in for strike 1.
Over there on third base, Jacob Shart, after not running home on the wild pitch, has taken a 3-hop lead off of third.
3-1 pitch misses outside. So the bases are now loaded for Fullerton. Carter Johnstone has had the hot bat this week, and with first base open, Owen Geis was not going to go after him.
Bases loaded now for Maddox Lotta. Batting .350 on the season, 17 RBIs, 3 home runs. The top half of this Titans order. Calling them dangerous would be an understatement.
Eli Lopez, the runner at third, Jacob Shart at second, and Carter Johnstone at first. First pitch here to Maddox Lotta, sinker on the inside corner for strike 1. correction. It's Shart at third base, Gomez at second, and Johnstone at first. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Fullerton has already scored 1 in the frame. 0-1 pitch, sinker on the outside corner, grounded over to third. Evans comes up empty as he tried to pick it on the forehand. Deflected the ball out in front of him. Jake Evans cannot make the play. And reaching first base, driving in another run for Fullerton is Maddox Lotta. It's already scored a hit for Lotta. It was a tough play for Evans as he ranged in, tried to scoop it on the forehand, but just tapped it out in front of him. An infield single for Fullerton evens this game up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, really an awkward piece of fielding for Evans at third. Had the glove out in front and outside of him. Looks like he had shielded his body away from it. Nevertheless, another run scores and this game is tied.
And a hugely dangerous hitter at the plate, Andrew Kirshner, with 52 RBI on the season. First pitch is sinker on the inside corner for strike 1. Tough result there for Owen Geis as he got a weakly hit ball on the ground, but it does not get him out of the inning. Bases loaded. We're all tied at 2. 0-1 from Geis. Sinker hit him right on the front shoulder. A fastball runs in and catches Kirshner. So that forces in another run, and Fullerton is now ahead 3-2.
Andrew Kirshner standing 6'5". A big presence in the batter's box, but Owen Geis is going to grab the rosin bag and slam it down in frustration. That's a free pass to home for the Titans as the bases remain loaded.
Third hit batter of the game for Owen Geis. Matthew Bardewell comes up now, the right-handed hitting right fielder. Bardewell 0 for 1 today. Bases juiced with 2 out. First pitch, a slider off the outside part for ball 1. A tough bottom of the second inning for the Dirtbags. Fullerton has already scored 3 to take the lead. 1-0, fastball misses inside.
Matthew Bardewell, another dangerous hitter. Batting .351 on the season, 33 RBIs. An imposing 6'4", 245 in that right-handed batter's box.
2-0, hit him. Another breaking ball at 75, pops out of the hand of Owen Geis. His 4th hit by pitch of the game, forces in another run. Back-to-back hit batters with the bases loaded for Fullerton. It's now a 4-2 lead for the Titans.
Yeah, and the question becomes now for TJ Bruce, when do you take Owen Geis out of this game? We see action in the Dirtbags bullpen. A few pitchers warming up now, but Owen Geis is really struggling.
Josh Donegan running down there. Looked like it's Alex Ramos also making his way to the Dirtbags bullpen. Ranging down from the dugout. The bullpen on the warning track down the right field line. Eli Lopez comes up as Fullerton is batted around in this inning. First pitch, a sinker on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, base is still loaded, 2 outs. Plays at any base right now for the Dirtbags.
A 4-run frame already. 0-1 pitch, slider misses high.
Yeah, guys, looking to just find the strike zone here, working against Lopez.
One, sinker yanked just foul down the third base line. And the backswing might have caught Efren Ortega. Walked out of the home plate circle with his head down, looking like he was shaken up, but then immediately walked back over and looks like he'll be okay. It's a 1-2 count to Eli Lopez. Base is still loaded for Fullerton. Geis gets the pitch call. Here's the 1-2. Sinker grounded over to shortstop, coming up cleanly. The toss to the bag from Enright is in time. So that retires the side. A 4-run frame for Cal State Fullerton. They still leave them loaded, but Owen Geis surrenders 4. We're going to the third inning, a 4-2 lead for the Titans here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach coming up to bat again in the top of the third inning. Fullerton puts up a 4 spot in the bottom half of the second, so they've taken a 4-2 lead now as we move to the third. Long Beach has already left 5 runners stranded through the first 2 innings. So they'll look to come through a little better as they didn't create enough cushion to keep the lead. For Long Beach, it's 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up, starting with Connor Sharpio.
Yeah, the problem for Long Beach so far today hasn't been getting runners on base. It's bringing them home. After Fullerton really flips this game on its head in the bottom of the second, it's going to be up to Connor Sharpio and the heart of this Dirtbags order to respond.
Right on right matchup, Jason Blood back out on the mound for Fullerton. He delivers a sinker at 87 on the outside corner for strike 1. Sharpio struck out his first time up. 0-1, grounded over on the left side. Lauder ranges over on the backhand. His throw on the run in time to first base. A nice play by the Fullerton shortstop for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, really simple infield single. Lauder runs onto it, gets the glove in the dirt. Excellent play made at first base with plenty of time to spare.
Trotter Enright comes up now. Enright had a 2-pitch strikeout his first time up. You might say that sounds ridiculous, but after 2 strikes to begin his at-bat, Enright was struck out on a pitch clock violation. Now he grounds the first pitch over to second base. Lopez backpedals, fields cleanly, and throws to first. So it's back-to-back ground outs and a quick 2 outs to start the inning.
Yeah, very quick. Trotter Enright now adds a ground out to that 2-pitch strikeout as Jason Blood looks to make quick work of this Dirtbags order. Jake Evans stepping up with the lowest batting average in the lineup today, just 122 on the season.
It takes Blood 3 pitches to get 2 outs. Now Jake Evans steps into the box. First pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Nice frame job behind the plate by Waldy Perez to get that call.
Gonna say Perez just bought Jason Blood a strike.
Oh, 1. Fastball right in the same spot for strike 2.
And again, a good frame job from Perez.
Blood working efficiently. 0-2. Fastball misses high. Went across at the eyes that time as they looked for a chase from the true freshman. Evans over 1 with a strikeout. 1-2 pitch. Popped up right side, ranging over towards the Dirtbag dugout. Perez will watch that fly out of play. The throwing in the Dirtbags bullpen has subsided, at least for now, so it appears Owen Geis will be going back out. One, two, swung on and missed. An efficient third inning for Jason Blood as he sets the Dirtbags down in order as we go to the bottom of the third, 4-2 Titans here on 22 West Radio. Fullerton coming back up here in the bottom of the third. They put up a 4 spot against Owen Geis in the second inning. So they'll look to repeat that offensive success, starting with Jacob Shart. It's the 6, 7, and 8 spots due up for Fullerton.
Yeah, we saw Owen Geis with his fair share of struggles in the last frame. A couple of hit batters. See if he can continue some calmness here in the bottom of the third.
First pitch, a fastball that misses outside. Shart 1 for 1. Line drive single up the middle, his first time up. 1-0 pitch, ground ball up the middle and right, positioned perfectly, fields cleanly, and his throw to first is in time. Was just to the left side of the second base bag as the Dirtbags were in a bit of a shift. So good book on Shart there, converts the first out.
Yeah, perfect positioning, like you said, Bruce, from Trotter and right. I don't think he had to move his feet. Fields cleanly, throws down to first in plenty of time. Dirtbags have one down here.
Isaiah Gomez, the next batter. He's also 1 for 1. His line drive single went into left field. Here's a hard ground ball off the glove of Geis, with the second baseman, Elliott, able to field and throw in time. Geis stuck the left arm up there and had it tip right off the tip of his leather, but Easton Elliott was able to recover and still make the play. 2 quick groundouts, same as we saw in the top of the third. Now in the bottom of the third, 2 out, nobody on.
Yeah, we saw Jason Blood get 2 outs on 3 pitches. Owen Geis says, I'll raise you one. 2 outs on 2 pitches.
Marcos Rosales looking to slow down the pace a bit. Bent down and tied his shoes in the on-deck circle. Now he walks up to home plate. Dirtbags outfield slightly shaded to push. The infield playing pretty much straight up. First pitch, a slider that misses just above the letters. It's a beautiful day here at Goodwin Field. Not a cloud in the sky. 1-0 pitch misses inside. The bright sunshine really makes these Fullerton jerseys pop. It's a nice orange alternate. 2-0 sinker grounded over towards third base. Evans fields on a crow hop, hesitates, but his throw to first is just in time to get Rosales. 3 groundouts puts the Titans down in order. We go to the fourth, still 4-2, Cal State Fullerton ahead here on 22 West Radio. Moving to the fourth, it's 4-2, Cal State Fullerton ahead. Long Beach sending the 8, 9, and 1 spots in the order up to the plate here in the fourth. The Beach took a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning, then had some opportunities to add, stranded 2 on base to end the first, stranded the bases loaded in the second inning, and kept the score at 2-0. And then in the bottom half of the second, Fullerton put up a 4 spot. Zeros from both teams in the third gets us to where we are now. Jason Blood, the right-handed reliever, still on the mound for Fullerton. So he's facing the left-handed hitting left fielder, Matt Toomey. First pitch, a sinker off the outside part for ball 1.
Yeah, after 2 of our fastest frames of the season, Matt Toomey and the Dirtbags lineup can either choose to continue that hot start or slow down the pace a bit.
Johnstone, the third baseman, pulled in front of the bag. Swinger and a tap foul off the bat of Toomey. Swinging bunt that didn't stay fair. Toomey struck out quickly his first time up. 3 straight swings and misses. 1-1. Changeup floats outside for ball 2.
Matt Toomey in his freshman season hasn't had the most success, batting just .233.
2-1 pitch, sinker outside again. So Toomey's in a good count to get a pitch to drive. It's a 3-1 count to the Dirtbag leadoff man. Pitch from Blood, a sinker in for a strike. Toomey takes it and makes the count full.
Toomey a bit of a physical presence at the plate as well. Sitting 6'3", 165.
Commanding in that left-handed box. Stands up straight in his stance as well. Payoff pitch, grounded on the ground over to second. Lopez fields on a hop, his throw to first just in time. He had to move back as the hop almost ate him up, but Lopez just gets it there to beat the quick running Toomey. Efren Ortega steps up now. The number 9 hitter for Long Beach reached on a 4-pitch walk his first time up. That walk came against the Fullerton starter, Jason Krakowski. So this is the first time Ortega has faced Jason Blood. Right on right matchup. First pitch, a fastball at 88, in for a strike. Bit of a breeze here today. The wind currently blowing out to right field. Next one off the outside corner for a ball at 81 miles an hour. The wind's been shifting around as this game's gone on. There's been times it's blown in. Here's a cue ball into center field. Lopez ranges back, but he can't get it. That falls in for a base hit. Ortega will pull into first with a 1-out single. Just fought one off the hands on the 1-1 sinker and dunked it into center field for a base hit.
And the wind might have had a little bit to do with that one. Not an easy catch to make for Lopez, ranging back into right field, looking up into the sun. Can't find the ball in time. Ortega gets on base. Brings the tying run to the plate.
Top of the order up for Long Beach with Kyle Ashworth stepping in. He's walked in both of his plate appearances today. Really just a picturesque baseball day here. 73 degrees with a little breeze and no clouds in the sky. First pitch on the outside corner for a strike. But just what you envision for some Saturday baseball. Normally this third game of the series would be coming on Sunday, but for Easter weekend, as they do every year, the full series was shifted up by a day. 0-1 sinker popped up and out of play back behind home plate, so Ashworth is in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, it really does feel like spring here at Goodwin Field. A lot of fans today rocking t-shirts and shorts, umbrellas scattered throughout the stands as well to shield the sun. And those trees out beyond center field just swaying side to side.
See a few of the orange t-shirts draped over heads like a towel. 0-2 pitch missed in the dirt. Blood has that really good changeup that is especially effective against left-handed hitters. There's action down in the Dirtbags bullpen. 1-2 pitch, checked his swing, and the home plate umpire Dax Upton says he went around. Kyle Ashworth rung up on a strikeout for Jason Blood. Ortega remains at first with 2 outs now in the inning.
Yeah, that's more of a protective swing from Kyle Ashworth. That pitch way inside, and Ashworth can't lay off of it. 2 outs now for Alex Champagne to work with. Stepping into the batter's box. Still a chance to plate some runs here in the top of the 4th.
Good breaking ball for Jason Blood's second strikeout. First pitch to Alex Champagne, a changeup that misses low. Champagne has reached both times today, a walk and then a hit by pitch. That hit by pitch did come with 3 balls, so although it won't help his walk rate, if effectively was a walk. 1-0 taken down and away for ball 2.
And over there on first base, you don't expect Efren Ortega to take off. Only 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts this season, but as he did during his first appearance at first base, takes a 2-hop lead and likes to get a little active down there. Faking a break to second.
2-0 pitch, roped out into right field, ranging back, Barterwell to the track, to the wall, off the top of the wall. Ortega's been running off contact. He rounds third. The relay throw comes to home. It's high. Ortega slides in head first. It's an RBI double for Alex Champagne. Puts it off the right field fence and trims the deficit down to 1. It's still 4-3 Titans after Alex Champagne's RBI double.
Big hit from Alex Champagne, and that little fake and break to second from Ortega gives him enough jump on the run to round second, third, and slide into home to beat the throw. Great base running from Ortega, and another big hit for Champagne. It's a 1-run game.
Just missed a game-tying home run for Alex Champagne. Instead, it's his 6th double of the year and 11th run driven in. Nathan Cadena comes up now with the tying run at second base. 4-3 the score. Champagne with great speed out there. First pitch, a slider outside for ball 1.
Nathan Cadena came up with the bases loaded in his last at-bat. Could only muster an infield pop-up. 20 RBIs on the season. Looking for number 21.
Right on right matchup, a step off from Blood on the mound. Lopez, the second baseman, threw the open hand and got to the base, but Blood didn't want to throw it there. So that's his one disengagement without a throw. It's a unique rule to college baseball. Now we've got a timeout called at home plate. The base umpire, Isaiah Barba, called it there, and it's a pitch clock violation that goes against Nathan Cadena. Not often you see a pitch clock violation called by a field umpire.
But the second pitch clock violation against Dirtbags batters today.
1-1 the count as Cadena digs back in. Right on right matchup. Blood comes downhill and gets a whiff. A fastball there at 87, powers it by him. Count now 1-2.
And just like that, it's 2 strikes against Nathan Cadena.
Champagne taking a big lead off of second base. He'll be moving on a swing with 2 strikes and 2 outs now in the inning. 1-2. Sinker right on the outside corner, ran back and got him looking. Cadena strikes out, Blood's 3rd punch out of the day, but an RBI double from Alex Champagne gets this back to a 1-run deficit. Dirtbags score 1 in the top of the 4th and leave Champagne stranded at second. We're going to the bottom half, 4-3 Titans here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 4th inning, and still a 4-3 lead for the Titans, but Long Beach gets back within a run on an RBI double from Alex Champagne. Champagne has really had a big season this year, was never known as an offensive player, plays a great center field, and is making his 95th straight start today. But that's the main thing he's been known for. Bunt down the third base line is foul from Waldy Perez. But Champagne has had a coming out party with the bat this year. He's batted in the top third of the Long Beach lineup all season long. That RBI double shows the power that he's shown this year that he never really has before. You can look at his numbers from the previous season. Last year he had just a 641 OPS, a 244 batting average. Coming into today, he was batting 266 with a 735 OPS. Those numbers have been boosted as he's reached all 3 times so far. Geis puts in a sinker for a strike to Waldy Perez, and the count is now 0-2.
Yeah, and Alex Champagne would have had his first home run of the season if that outfield ball was just a foot or two shorter.
0-2 pitch, sinker misses high.
We see Champagne do most of his work this season on the base paths. A really aggressive runner, makes a lot happen, loves to put the ball in play, but like you said, Bruce, been a solid season for Champagne.
1-2 grounded high chopper over to second base. Elliott fields and throws in time to get Perez. Champagne's a guy that impacts the Dirtbags as a club in a lot of ways off the field as well. Has really stepped into a leadership role underneath TJ Bruce this season. The senior center fielder is in his 3rd year as a Dirtbag. Began at Arizona State as a freshman before transferring to Long Beach. Top of the order coming up now for Cal State Fullerton. Carter Johnstone steps in. He's reached in both of his plate appearances today. First pitch fouled back into the netting. A hit by pitch and a walk for Johnstone. Now he takes one off the outside corner. Count evens at 1.
Johnstone in his freshman season has had quite an impressive campaign, exemplified by the fact he's batting at the top of the order for this series.
Hard ground ball over to second. Elliott goes to his knees as he fields and throws in time. A nice play by the Long Beach second baseman as he scrambled over there on a hard hit ball. So back-to-back groundouts, 4-3 score them both, and it's 2 outs, nobody on for Fullerton.
I don't want to jinx it here, Bruce, but since that bottom of the 2nd inning, the pace of this game has sped up, and there's sort of a calmness to both teams. We've seen solid fielding in the infield, a lot of groundouts, and now Owen Geis, after what looked like his final few pitches in the bottom of the 2nd, is on his way to his 2nd straight scoreless frame. Just needs 1 more out in the bottom of the 4th.
It's 6 straight groundouts recorded by Geis. First pitch misses high to Maddox Lotta. There's a ground out to second base to end that bottom of the 2nd inning and strand the bases loaded. He got 3 groundouts in a row in the 3rd inning. Now he's got back-to-back outs on the ground here in the 4th. Next one, a sinker on the inside corner. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, it just feels like this whole ballpark is settled underneath the afternoon sun. Good vibes all around at Goodwin Field.
Next pitch hit him.
Well,
that breaks the streak of groundouts. Maddox Lotta had a fastball ride up and in, deflected off his forearm as it went by, so it didn't catch him clean, that is. So Lotta appears to be okay as he heads down to first as a 2-out base runner.
Yeah, another pitch that just gets away from Owen Geis. Sets the table for Andrew Kirshner. Yet to see him flash the power today. Most dangerous hitter in this Titans lineup.
Dirtbags with some action in their bullpen again. Man on first with 2 out in the inning. Geis with a long pause as he's set at the belt. Now picks off, but Lotta dives in safely. Maddox Lotta, the biggest stolen base threat in this Fullerton lineup. He's 12 for 13 on stolen base attempts this year. Good spot to run with 2 outs and a man on first. Another pickoff attempt, but He dives ahead of the tag. Now Geis comes home. First one tapped foul behind home plate.
Yeah, that pitch to Kirshner inside. Mid-swing, Kirshner disengaged. Wasn't able to catch any meaningful part of the ball.
A 1 pitch, sinker missed outside. Kirshner is 1 for 1 today, has reached in both of his plate appearances. Got hit by a pitch, his first time up. Another pickoff attempt, but Lopez dives, or Lada that is, dives back without a tag.
Kirshner, in addition to his 53 RBIs on the season, has 10 home runs. It's the most for a Titan since 2017.
1-1 pitch, runner started to go, then stops as the pitch misses outside. Lada didn't think he had a good enough jump to steal that bag. 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Kirshner put everything behind that swing. But came up empty. The count is now 2-2. Right on left matchup. Geis trying to finish the inning. Pitch comes home, runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss. So that retires the side. The throw went down to second anyway as Ortega tried to throw out the runner for the 4th out. But the strikeout ends the inning. We're going to the 5th inning. 4-3, Titans ahead here on 22 West Radio. Moving to the 5th inning, Jason Blood still working for the Titans. It's a 4-3 lead for Cal State Fullerton as Long Beach will have the middle of the order due up, 4, 5, and 6, starting with Easton Elliott.
Now we saw the Dirtbags plate 1 last time up. Looking to get this 5th inning started off right through Easton Elliott.
Elliott's had a big series and 3 hits yesterday and is 1 for 2 with a couple driven in so far in this one. First pitch lifted out into the left center gap. Kirshner ranges over, giving it a look. He can't get there. It drops in. He cuts it off before it gets to the wall, but that ball stayed up in the air in plenty of time for Easton Elliott to slide into second with a leadoff double. First pitch he sees of the inning. Elliott deposits it into the left center gap. He's got his 2nd hit of the day.
2nd hit of the day and 4th double on the season. That ball looked like it was falling in slow motion as Kirshner was sprinting towards it from center field. Gets down just in time. And a leadoff double for Easton Elliott sets the table for Connor Sharpio.
Kirshner started at first base each of the first 2 games of this series, but moves out into center field for this one. Cam Burdick, the defensive first center fielder for Fullerton, on the bench. You'd think he might have made that play, but Kirshner can't track down the fly ball. Connor Sharpio comes up now with a man on second and nobody out. Here he squares around to bunt, but pulls it back as that one misses in the dirt. Sharpio 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Still looking for his first hit of the series. Might not have a chance to get it here if he still has the bunt sign. He shows bunt, pulls it back as another one misses low.
Now over there on second base, Elliott taking a 2-hop lead. Being shaded by the shortstop, Maddox Lotta. As the right-handed Blood steps in to deliver the 2-0 pitch to Sharpio.
Shows bunt, lays it down the third base line. There won't be a play at third, only plays to first. The throw a little high, but able to be corralled as Johnstone makes the play. A successful sacrifice bunt for Connor Sharpio moves the runner to third. Dirtbags now have the tying run 90 feet away with 1 out in the inning.
Connor Sharpio, this is his 4th game so far without a hit, but does his job, laying down the sacrifice bunt. Dirtbags will take that all day long. Tying run on third with Trotter Enright stepping up.
Easton Elliott at third, corner infield drawn in for the Titans. Lotta and Lopez up the middle, stay back on the grass. First pitch swung on and missed. Enright with a unenthusiastic swing and a changeup down below the knees. Knew he was chasing about halfway through that swing. Oh, 1, taken down and blocked by Waldy Perez. Nice work in the squat for the Titans to keep the runner at third.
Yeah, Perez has been busy today. Saw one get by him in the top of the first, but since then, Perez has been solid. Stopping pitches down in the dirt. Framing a few pitches nicely, too.
Trotter Enright 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. 1-1 swung on and missed. There was a changeup that hung a bit, was in the strike zone, but Enright comes up empty. He came up in the first inning with a man on third and 1 out. Struck out in that spot. Trying not to do it again here. 1-2, grounded through the left side. It's a base hit for Trotter Enright. Took a changeup on the outside corner, went right with it. An RBI single for Trotter Enright has tied this game at 4.
Big swing from Enright, and even the bat boys are fired up after that one. Over on third, Carter Johnstone shaded a little too close to the bag. A big gap between him and the shortstop. Allows the ball to go all the way through to left field. And that just might be that for Jason Blood.
Really nice piece of hitting from Trotter Enright. Got a changeup off the outside part and just poked it through the left side. The true freshman with a mature at bat right there with 2 strikes to get the ball in play. So we're all tied at 4 as Fullerton is going to the bullpen. Jason Blood will head off with the runner on first being his responsibility. All tied at 4, Fullerton making a pitching change. We'll be right back here on 22 West Radio. Ryan Falks, the reliever, coming out for Cal State Fullerton. Right-hander enters here with 1 out in the inning and a man on first for the Dirtbags. Jake Evans stepping in after an RBI single from Trotter Enright sends Jason Blood to the showers. First pitch from Falks, a fastball in there at 90 miles an hour for strike 1.
Ryan Falks, the senior, in his 3rd season with the Titans.
0-1, slider popped up and out of play back behind home plate. Falks began his college career at San Diego State. Was a freshman in 2022. Pitched for the Portland Pickles that summer in summer ball in Portland, and has been a Titan for the last 3 years.
Portland Pickles, one of the most fun teams in America's minor leagues.
Pickoff attempt, but unsuccessful. Armando Briseño played for the Pickles last summer. The Dirtbags' primary shortstop, who's out right now due to injury. But it's his backup who came through. Trotter Enright with an RBI single to tie the game. Swing and a miss from Evans at home plate. Strikes out on a slider at 80 miles an hour, down below the knees. So the first batter, Ryan Falk's face, goes for a strikeout.
Falks also with a very successful high school career at Trabuco Hills High School. 2-time Gold Glove recipient, CIF State Championship runner-up, and 2-time league champion.
First pitch fouled straight back by Matt Toomey. Falks, one of the main relief weapons for this Fullerton team. This is the first time he's pitched in this series, though. Through 19 games this season, he's got a 3.13 ERA. 11.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, so big strikeout stuff on the mound. Pickoff attempt down in the dirt. Dug out over there by Gomez, but Enright dives back safely.
Last season as a junior, Falks had just a 3.6 ERA.
Line drive into the netting. Another foul ball off the bat at Toomey makes the count 0-2.
Huge improvement from his sophomore season where he posted a 7.24 ERA. Only tallying 21 strikeouts in 2023. Slowly increasing his production this year as a senior.
0-2. Checked his swing on a changeup down in the dirt. So it's a 1-2 count to the Dirtbags left fielder. Toomey 0 for 2 today. One, two, misses outside. Another changeup at 80 miles an hour. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Both Toomey and Falks wearing the number 23 today.
Runner goes, 2-2, tapped foul.
Trotter Enright 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts so far this season. Took off without hesitation. Poor Toomey fouled off that pitch.
Pickoff attempt, but Enright dives back ahead of the throw. Falks trying to keep him close. Enright still has not stolen a base here in his freshman season. Was thrown out the only time he tried to. Another 2-2, changeup, swung on and missed. So Ryan Falks comes out of the bullpen and strikes out back-to-back Dirtbags to retire the side. Long Beach leaves 1 stranded, but Trotter Enright's RBI single ties things up at 4. We're halfway home, going to the bottom of the 5th here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 5th inning with the heart of the order due up for Cal State Fullerton. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Still Owen Geis on the mound for Long Beach State. There's been a few different times the Beach have had people throwing in the bullpen, but Geis has been able to keep himself on the mound as now he enters his 5th inning of work. Right on right matchup to get it going. Bardwell, the cleanup man, gives a swing and a ground ball over to Enright at short. He picks it out. His throw across is just not in time, and it pulled Cadena off the base. Would have been close if that throw was on the money, but it just pulled Cadena off to the right side. So it's a first pitch ground ball that results in a base runner for Fullerton. It's already scored an error against Trotter Enright.
Yeah, first error of the afternoon for either team. Trotter Enright's had an up and down series. Obviously a very rough outing on Thursday night. Some costly errors, a failed bunt. Tied this ball game though in the top of the 5th.
Man on first, nobody out. Eli Lopez squares around a bunt, but pops it up back into the netting behind home plate. Ball ricocheted and just about caught home plate umpire Dax Upton. Was buried right for his skull, but Efren Ortega threw up the leather and defended his home plate umpire.
Hopefully that puts him in the good graces.
He'll look for a call on the next pitch just outside the zone. Eli Lopez showing bunt early again here. Evans creeping in. He's slashing, gives a swing, but taps it right off his shin guard. Oh, 2 count for Owen Geis. Trotter Enright tied this game up with an RBI single in the top half of the inning, but then committed a throwing error here to put the leadoff man on. No bunt shown from Lopez. 0-2 pitch. Fastball rode up and in and caught home plate umpire Dax Upton on the head. Deflected around the home plate circle. Looked like that crossed him up. Ortega was looking for a slider. A fastball sailed right past his glove. And Dax Upton is down on a knee. Umpires will all come to home plate along with an athletic trainer from both dugouts. They're going to tend to the home plate umpire here. That ball sailed right past Ortega and hit him right up high. Upton now stands up.
Good to see Upton is okay. You can forget about Ortega getting any favorable calls from here on out.
You don't see cross-ups too often anymore now that pitch comm is used.
So would that be an instance of just the wrong pitch coming into Ortega?
Yeah, it clearly looked like Ortega was expecting a breaking ball. So the fastball went right by him. So the runner Bardwell moved up to second base. That was ball 1, so it's a 1-2 count to Eli Lopez. Dax Upton signals that he's okay, so everybody will head back to their regular positioning. And now play is ready to resume. Man on second, nobody out for the Titans. 1-2 pitch from Geis, fouled off down the right side. Looks like that one might get over onto the softball field. Titans softball is at home this weekend as well. Another 1-2 from Geis. Sinker grounded right back up the middle into Geis. He deflects it, picks it up, and throws to first in time. Bardwell moves up to third base on the ground out. Score at 1-3.
Yeah, 2 games getting started here on Saturday. Fullerton softball playing UC Davis right now.
They played a doubleheader yesterday in softball between Davis and Fullerton. Went 12 innings. So the Dirtbags are bringing the infield in here. Man on third with 1 out. We're all tied at 4. Jacob Shart steps into the box. First pitch from Geis, slider popped up into left field. This will be close to deep enough. Toomey makes the catch. They're going to test him. His throw sails way left. So that's a sacrifice fly on the first pitch to Jacob Shart, and Fullerton has moved back to head 5-4.
Consistent offense from the Titans pays off. They've taken the lead 5-4 The throw not in time, not enough power from Matt Toomey out there in left field.
Unearned run there goes against Owen Geis's line. Bardowell had reached on a throwing error. So 2 outs, nobody on now. Isaiah Gomez, the first baseman, digs into the right-handed box. First pitch, a fastball outside. Gomez is 1 for 2 with an RBI today. Pop-up out of play. That one almost bound for the softball field again. So the count evens at 1s.
Gomez, the junior transfer, stands 6 feet 190. Spent 2 years at San Diego Mesa College before making the trip up north to Fullerton.
Slider misses outside. Barreled over into the left-handed batter's box there. So an easy take for Gomez makes the count 2-1. Right on right matchup. Sinker pulled down in the dirt. Dirtbags playing straight up all the way across their defense. Evans hugging the line at third. Breaking ball lifted out into left field. Toomey ranges back to the track just in front of the wall, throws on the brakes, and he's there to make the catch. So a long third out off the bat of Isaiah Gomez. Just missed a home run, but that retires the side. Fullerton plates 1. They move back ahead 5-4 as we're going to the 6th here on 22 West Radio. Nine, 1-2 coming up for Long Beach here in the top of the 6th. After they tied this game at 4 in the top half of the 5th inning, Fullerton answers back with a run of their own. So it's 5-4 Titans as we move to the 6th inning. Efren Ortega will lead things off for the Dirtbags with Ryan Falks, the right-handed reliever, still out there for the Titans. First pitch, line drive into center field. Kirshner ranges to his left, but he's there to make the catch. An Adam ball hit hard by Ortega, but it's a first pitch out with the top of the order coming up next for the Dirtbags.
And Ortega makes good contact, but not hard enough, not far enough, even with the wind pushing that hit back into center field.
Kyle Ashworth reached on walks his first 2 times up, then struck out. Now we've got another pitch clock violation against the Dirtbags. That looked like the call from Dax Upton. Scoreboard hasn't updated yet, but the first pitch is in there. Might have been that Ashworth called time. Next pitch, a changeup taken down and away. So I know that's the first ball. Don't know if there's 1 or 2 strikes. Waiting for an indication from Dax Upton. I don't know, did you, JayDe? It looked like he was indicating another pitch clock violation.
It was, but it might have just been a warning for Ashworth.
Ground ball over to second base. Lopez fields cleanly on a hop and throws in time. So we may never know whether that was a 1-strike or 2-strike ground out for Kyle Ashworth.
In the end, the balls and strikes don't matter. All we know is Titans got 2 down.
Alex Champagne up next, 2 outs, nobody on. Champagne drove an RBI double off the right field wall his last time up. Narrowly missed a 2-run home run. Johnstone, the third baseman, in front of the bag as Champagne shows bunt but pulls it back. Fastball misses outside at 91 for the first ball.
Champagne showed bunt, and on third base it was Carter Johnstone wheeling forward. Now lines up with his heels on the infield grass.
Pulled in even further this time. 1-0 pitch taken in the dirt. Champagne did not show a bunt there, but takes it for ball 2. There's little tripod cameras set up on the top of either dugout. 2-0 pitch, caught to the outside corner. I think it might have been a little comeback cutter there at 90. Gets the first strike. Two-one, changeup, floats in for strike 2. It's fairly small dugouts here at Goodwin Field. Fits the theme of just a smaller feel at this ballpark. Not a lot of foul territory, smaller dugouts. Both teams packed in.
Real family atmosphere here.
2-2 pitch, fouled straight back. You know, Blair Field really is the peak of the mountain in terms of college baseball stadiums here on the West Coast.
Really feels like a proper minor league ballpark.
Used to be. So Blair Field still has that professional field. This is a nice park here at Goodwin Field, but nothing holds up to Blair. 2-2 changeup misses outside, so the count is now full to Champagne.
I believe I said it on Thursday when we were here, Bruce. Goodwin Field, very similar field to our trip up north to UC Irvine. Very symmetrical field, not a lot of foul territory. Everybody packed in tight.
Payoff pitch, fastball misses high. So nice at bat from Alex Champagne, works a 2-out walk, and he's a threat to steal over there at first. Nathan Cadena coming up next. Definitely agree with you though, JayDe. Anteater Ballpark and Goodwin Field, very similar feel. There's a high fence in both ballparks as well. That double that Champagne hit a couple of innings ago might have left the yard at Blair Field with a slightly shorter fence.
Gotta say, between Anteater Ballpark and Goodwin Field, better view in Irvine.
Pickoff attempt. Back safely, Champagne.
Out past center field, we have a few trees. Out in right field, we can see the street and the parking lot over in left, and some construction happening too right next to the big Goodwin Field scoreboard.
Large assortment of advertisements behind the right field wall. First pitch caught Cadena right in the back pocket. He flinched backwards as he's hit by the pitch. So back-to-back have reached now with 2 outs in the inning against Falks. And Easton Elliott may be the hottest bat in the Long Beach lineup right now. Already with 2 hits today, stepping up in an RBI spot.
Nathan Cadena with a little hobble in his gait. That pitch came across the plate at 91 miles an hour. Definitely going to leave a mark tomorrow.
He flinched backwards, but no real chance to get out of the way of it. Here's Easton Elliott, the left-handed hitting second baseman. 2 for 3 today with a double for the Dirtbags. Couple runs driven in already. First pitch floats just low. 80-mile-an-hour changeup there. Elliott takes it for ball 1.
Yeah, 2 outs working against him. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of Easton Elliott right now.
Now timeout called by the first base umpire, trying to blow it dead. Nobody saw him, though. Well, there was a baseball out in left field, bounced out from the Fullerton dugout. So my guess would be that last pitch won't count. Dax Upton trying to confirm that. He's showing 2-0. Oh, now he shows 1-0. There was some confusion there. The first base umpire, Andrew Burke, was trying to call time before that last pitch, even while Falks was still set at the belt. He was walking in from behind the first base bag, waving his arms around, and literally nobody saw him, except me, apparently. So it's still a 1-0 count. Falks comes home, line drive, foul down the left side, evens the count at 1-1.
And that foul ball almost lands inside the Titans merch booth.
Apparently they're selling some joint rivalry merchandise.
Yeah, it looks like the item of the day today, a black t-shirt with the Long Beach and Fullerton logo, white text above it saying, "It's complicated."
Pickoff attempt to second. Champagne dives back. Decently close play there. Champagne with a good lead off of second, making sure that he can score on a base hit.
You can find that exact same shirt, Bruce, in the Long Beach bookstore.
Some fraternizing between the rivals. Got to make their merch money. One pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner. Elliott gives a head tilt as that one was a close call, but it goes to the way of the Titans. Ryan Falks now 1 strike away from working out of the jam. First and second with 2 out. The 1-2 pitch to Easton Elliott. Fastball misses high and away.
Elliott does well to look off that high fastball way outside the zone, up and away. Deuces wild on the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Easton Elliott looking to come through already with 2 hits today. Had 3 hits last night. Can he do it again? 2-2 pitch. Changeup throws him and floats in for the 3rd strike. Elliott with no complaints about that one. A filthy pitch for Falks as it dives back into the zone for the 3rd strike. Long Beach leaves a couple stranded as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 5-4 Titans here on 22 West Radio.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 6th inning after Long Beach stranded a couple. Still 5-4 Titans. Owen Geis back out on the mound. Seems like we've talked about action in the Long Beach bullpen every inning today. There still is somebody throwing down there, but Owen Geis getting a long leash here in this one. Leading off the inning is Marcos Rosales for the Titans. First pitch roped out into left field. Toomey ranges back, looking up to the track. A leap in, a catch. Matt Toomey with a heck of a play in left field. Had a line drive that was bound to go over his head and off the wall, but Toomey uses all 6'3" of his frame to make that one. A beautiful play in left field by the true freshman for the first out.
Back-to-back great plays for Matt Toomey. Ended the last frame, chasing a high fly ball all the way back to the warning track, and to get that out, my goodness, a long way back to the wall, a leaping catch, arm outstretched. That's a top 10 play on SportsCenter.
Nice job by the freshman in left field. Breaking ball just misses for ball one to Waldy Perez. Matt Toomey hasn't always had the cleanest of goes out there in left field this year. He's an infielder by trade, but has moved out into the grass to be in the lineup this season. Sinker in for a strike. But a really nice play to start this inning. Had to go full extension on the backhand as he leaped on the warning track to make the catch. Waldy Perez 0 for 2 today. 1-1 slider misses outside.
In his 2 at-bats, Waldy Perez hasn't been too convincing. His 3rd time facing Geist today.
2-1, ground ball over towards third, gets by Evans. He awkwardly overdove it and it got by him. Perez is gonna round first and pull into second with a 1-out double. Jake Evans with an interesting play there at third base. Gave a dive to his right over towards the line, but as he started to go full extension, don't know if that ball took a different bounce and careened back towards the different direction than he thought it was going, but overdove the ball and it gets by him down the left field line. So the number 9 hitter in the Fullerton lineup comes through with a 1-out double. That brings up Carter Johnstone with a man in scoring position.
Just as we were about to talk about the struggles Perez has had at the plate today, he knocks his first extra base hit of the season, an easy stand-up double.
First pitch grounded over to first by Johnstone. Cadena fields cleanly and touches the bag himself. 3 unassisted for the second out as Perez moves up to third. Now Rolando Garza walking out to the mound with a purpose. This is the 4th time through the order for Owen Geist facing the Titans. Garza has not given an indication to the bullpen quite yet. Full dirtbag infield and Ortega in the squat comes together. The reliever who's been throwing is Albert Robles. He started to walk in from the bullpen. It looked like he thought that the indication had been made. But then he got told to turn around. Garza out there touching base with his starting pitcher. He's given some head nods, and now they're going to go to the bullpen.
Now that'll do it for Owen Geist, his longest appearance since he went 7 innings against Santa Barbara.
Geist makes it through 5 2/3. The runner at third base will be his responsibility. But 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts on Geist's line. He threw 82 pitches, and that'll do it for him today. Dirtbags going to the bullpen. We'll be right back here on 22 West Radio. Albert Robles, the reliever coming on for Long Beach State, pitched one full inning on Thursday night, allowed one unearned run. But Robles has really become one of the top options out of the bullpen for Rolando Garza and this Long Beach State pitching staff. Robles had a couple of great performances coming in before that last one on Thursday was all right. Nothing crazy, allowed that one unearned run. But for Robles before that, he pitched against Cal State Bakersfield in the Saturday game, second game of that series. Entered with one out in the top of the third inning. And after he got through a little bit of work, once he settled in, retired 20 batters in a row. It was really an incredible outing for Albert Robles. So he enters here potentially to pitch some length, but the main task at hand with a man on third and 2 outs will be to get out of this bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Robles has come up big, like you said, Bruce, retiring 20 straight batters. One of his most impressive performances in a Dirtbag shirt. Priority right now, though, just getting the last out, close out this top half.
Maddox Lotta, the shortstop for Fullerton, in the right-handed box. First pitch, a fastball that misses high. Robles, the transfer from UNLV, comes out of a high arm slot from the right side. Robles exhales. 1-0 pitch, misses outside. Fastball at 87 there. Maddox Lotta is 1 for 2 today. Has a run driven in. Two-0 pitch, misses way high and outside. So 3 straight balls for Albert Robles coming out of the bullpen on 1 day of rest.
Yeah, we'll see how long Robles goes today. Obviously a very high velocity fastball. A straight midnight to 6 o'clock delivery. A lot of velocity on every pitch.
3-0 pitch, fastball, misses up and away again. That one was closer, but still not in the zone. Maddox Lotta draws a 4-pitch walk, and that'll bring up Andrew Kirshner. He's the left-handed hitting center fielder for the Titans, who has had plenty of chances in this series to really break things open. Has not quite come all the way through. Hasn't had a bad series by any stretch. He's 1 for 2 today, has reached a couple of times. But Kirshner coming up in a big spot here. Runners at the corners with 2 out. Maddox Lotta, a dangerous runner over at first base. We'll see if he runs. First pitch from Robles, breaking ball that just misses high.
We saw after that 4-pitch walk, Robles and Ortega having a conversation, talking about the framing of a few pitches. That breaking ball froze Kirshner, but just missed the zone.
5 straight balls for Robles coming out of the bullpen. 1-0, ground ball over to first, stabbed by Cadena on the backhand, and he touches the base. So Albert Robles gets the ground out and gets out of the jam. Fullerton leaves a couple stranded, but Robles able to keep the score where it is. It's 5-4 as we go to the 7th inning here on 22 West Radio. Fullerton going to the bullpen again here to begin the 7th inning. Gavin Meyer, the redshirt sophomore right-handed pitcher, comes on to face Connor Sharpio. It's 5-4 Titans as we move into the back third of the ballgame. Sharpio 0 for 2 today. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt his last time up. First pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1.
On the pitcher's mound, Meyer bringing some serious size, standing 6'4", 240. A lot of velocity in his fastball.
Oh, 1. Breaking ball misses outside this time. Here's an exhale, pitching out of the stretch. Now yanks a fastball outside at 92 miles an hour. Tipped off the glove of Waldy Perez and goes to the backstop. 2-1 count now to Connor Sharpio. In the rubber match of the series here on this Saturday. Meyer gets a new baseball now. But a huge game today for the Dirtbags to try and win their 4th consecutive conference series. 2-1 fastball misses high.
Meyer, the SoCal native, born in Hemet, California. That's in Riverside County. Joined the Titans as a freshman in his 3rd year with the program.
3-1 popped up and out of play. Sharpio might have chased the fastball a bit high there, but the count is now full. Meyer pitching in his 15th game of the season, has an even 4.5 ERA. Payoff pitch, slider roped out into left field, arranging back, Sharp just in front of the track, throws on the brakes and makes the catch. So Sharpio caught that one just off the end of the bat, a hanging slider that just missed a home run there for Connor Sharpio, and it's allowed out number 1.
Connor Sharpio able to make decent contact, but once again, during this 4-game hitless streak, unable to put it in play, make any kind of meaningful impact on the offensive end. It's 1 down for the Titans. Trotter Enright steps up.
Enright 1 for 3 today. First pitch, a fastball that misses outside at 93. Highest velocity pitch we've seen today. Right on left matchup with Johnstone, the 3rd baseman, pulled in front of the bag. Next one misses outside at 92. Enright's last time up, he poked a RBI single through the left side. A fastball taken for a strike. Inner half with 91 miles an hour, getting right by him.
Trotter Enright moving down into the 6th spot for today's game. Began the series batting 5th.
2-1 line drive, left side, that'll get out of play. Narrowly misses a couple fans down there in the first couple rows of the stands. Long Beach has not won the Big West since 2017, which is coincidentally the same year, which is the last time that Fullerton reached the College World Series. Breaking ball tapped right off the leg of Enright. Both these teams with a ton of history, ton of big leaguers that have come through both these programs, but both in a bit of a lull right now. The last decade or so hasn't seen quite as much success for these two programs as had been in the previous couple decades before that. 2-2 breaking ball misses down and in. The Titans still with a couple very notable alumni that are currently in the big leagues. Matt Chapman, one of the big ones, the third baseman for the Giants. Playing down here in his former stopping grounds at Angel Stadium this weekend. Giants on a road trip. Full count to Trotter Enright. Pitch comes home, a fastball just missed inside. Stone cold take from the true freshman as Trotter Enright draws a 1-out walk.
Yeah, when you walk in here to Goodwin Field and Blair Field back in Long Beach, it really is amazing to see how many big leaguers have come out of these two programs. Here in Fullerton, they have a wall dedicated to every player and every number that has graced the big leagues from this program at Blair Field. Got hanging banners for every player who has suited up in the majors. Fullerton, the 4-time College World Series champions. We also have a few numbers retired as well in the clubhouse beyond left field.
First pitch to Jake Evans, swung on and missed. It's been a little bit since the Dirtbags had an alumni with that high-profile status in the major leagues. You can go back to Evan Longoria, Troy Tulowitzki, Jared Weaver, some of the highest impact Dirtbags that have been in the pros. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. There is a former Dirtbag at the AAA level right now, Jonathan Long with the Cubs affiliate in Iowa, who's had a great start to the season. He's one of the Cubs' top 30 prospects, trying to break through to the major leagues this year. 1-1 taken on the outside corner for strike 2. Still a handful of Dirtbags scattered around the pros. Manny Banuelos, a catcher, made his MLB debut for the Orioles last year. Mike Villani, the team's closer last season, was drafted by the Dodgers last summer. 1-2 pitch to Evans, swung on and missed. A slider in the dirt. So Evans strikes out. 2 outs now in the inning as Enright remains down at first.
You can't talk about former Dirtbags in the big leagues without talking about Jarren Duran, Red Sox outfielder. Recently made headlines for speaking out about his own mental health struggles as he navigates a very high-profile career with the Red Sox.
Duran's the top Dirtbag in the big leagues right now. Had a breakout season last year for the Red Sox, won the All-Star Game MVP. First pitch to Matt Toomey, taken low. Duran, a big part of the core that the Red Sox are putting together. They've got a pretty good group in Boston right now, a very good farm system as well. Red Sox are a fun team to watch at this point. Man on first with 2 outs, 1-0 pitch, misses down and in. Toomey's ahead, 2-0.
Matt Toomey not too happy with that pitch either. A little too inside for his liking. Has a few words to whisper after stepping out of the batter's box.
Trotter Enright, the runner down at first. Drew a walk to get there. 2-0 pitch from Gavin Meyer. Line drive foul and out of play down the left side. Right on left matchup. 2-1 pitch from Meyer. Fastball pulled foul. Softly hit on the ground as it rolled over toward the Dirtbag dugout. So it's a 2-2 count to Matt Toomey. Runner on first, Enright has not broken at any point since he reached. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A filthy slider at 83 miles an hour dives right down below the barrel of Matt Toomey. It's a hat trick for Toomey, his 3rd strikeout of the game. And now the fans here at Goodwin Field will stretch. Fullerton ahead 5-4 here on 22 West Radio. Albert Robles remains on the mound for the Dirtbags as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-4 the score. Titans still ahead by a run and looking to add. Albert Robles pitching out of the bullpen, only the second man on the mound today for the Dirtbags. He is pitching on only 1 day of rest since he threw on Thursday, so wouldn't imagine he has the full leash that he had last weekend when he threw 84 pitches in that fantastic outing against Bakersfield. But he's going here nonetheless. Over the top, strike delivered on the inside corner from Robles. It's a fastball there to start the at-bat to Matthew Bardowell. Nobody throwing in the Dirtbags bullpen. It's the 0-1 as a slider popped up into short right field. Ashworth ranges in a couple of steps, now over to his left, and he makes the catch. 2 pitches to record the first out of the inning for Albert Robles.
Yeah, you mentioned the leash that Robles is going to have today. Can't imagine it's going to be too long, but he's done a good job so far. Only 10 pitches in his outing, earning 2 outs.
Bardowell gives a quick drive-by scouting report to Eli Lopez as he's stepping up to the plate. Another right-on-right matchup. 1 on, nobody out for the Titans. Fastball misses high. The Titans have scored their 5 runs on only 5 hits today. A lot of free bases given out by the Long Beach pitching staff so far. Walks and hit by pitches. 1-0 fastball in for a strike at the knees. Fastball popped up off the hands and out of play.
Eli Lopez, a guy who made a big jump in his sophomore season. Last year, batted over 300, played in all but 1 game in his 2nd season, missing just 2 starts. Now, a solid piece of the starting lineup for Fullerton.
1-2 pitch, fastball sails high. Lopez 0 for 2 today. Still has a chance to get that average back above 300. He's currently sitting at 295. 2-2 ground ball over to shortstop. Enright ranges in, fields cleanly. Had to double clutch though, and he beats it out. Eli Lopez reaches first base ahead of the throw. It's already ruled an infield single for Cal State Fullerton. For Enright though, he got there in plenty of time, just had to double clutch the throw. Otherwise he could have got it there and beat the runner.
Second time we've seen that in this game from Enright. Runs onto a ground ball with plenty of time, but can't field it cleanly. Hasn't been the easiest series at shortstop for Enright. A fair few amount of errors.
Frankly, it looked like to me on that one, he might have even had it cleanly, just made a miscalculation on the timing. Either way, as he gave the second tap of the glove before the throw, that gave plenty of time for the quick Eli Lopez to beat it out. So Lopez has his first hit of the day, now sits at an even 300 batting average. Jacob Shart, the batter now, lefty in the box. First pitch misses down and in for ball 1. It's a big base runner there for the Titans. Far cry between 2 outs and nobody on versus a man on first with good speed and only 1 out in the inning. Pickoff attempt, but he dives back. No tag given from Cadena. Give a reminder, this is the first half of a broadcasting doubleheader today for us here at 22 West Radio. We're going to be back in Long Beach to broadcast the home finale for the men's volleyball team tonight. Fastball misses high from Robles, makes the count 2-0 to Shart. But the Beach men's volleyball team will be hosting UC San Diego, who they swept on the road last night.
Yeah, a really impressive win for the best team in the nation. The Pyramid already sold out. They'll be rocking tonight.
2-0 pitch, tapped foul. That men's volleyball game will be starting at 7 p.m. first serve. So we'll head back up the 57 freeway to the 22 west.
There we go.
Fitting.
Took me a long time to realize why our station was called 22 West, not being a SoCal native.
Yeah. That 22 west freeway merges with the 405 north and then turns right into 7th Street that runs right by the campus of Cal State Long Beach. Two-one pitch, he squares around, but it sails past, deflects off the backstop. Ortega is gonna go throw to second, but in standing up is Eli Lopez. Advances on the wild pitch.
Chaotic sequence there. Ortega caught the bouncing ball off the backstop.
Yeah, that ball actually never hit the ground. Deflected off of Ortega's glove as a fastball sailed high. Went right off the base of where the netting meets the concrete wall behind home plate. Deflected right back in the air to Ortega, who caught it in the air. And at first he wasn't going to throw it, then realized Lopez was only about halfway there. 3-1 pitch fouled off. Fly ball down the left side, gets out of play. Ortega then looked up and realized, hey, I could have a chance at second base. Kind of rushed the throw and bounced it in, so Lopez was still there way ahead of the throw.
On those throwdowns, it is Trotter Enright's responsibility, but Enright had taken a casual jaunt over to second, wasn't quite in position to receive the throw.
Full count, man at second with 1 out. Back picked, but Lopez is in standing up.
Shortstop Enright is cheated in now, playing just behind second base. A large gap between him and Evans at third.
Payoff pitch from Robles. Fastball tipped into the glove. Albert Robles gets the punch out, his first since coming out of the bullpen. Eli Lopez remains at second base as that will now bring up Isaiah Gomez.
Really good work from Robles. Checks back over his shoulder. Keeps an eye on the runner at second, then delivers a deadly fastball, dead center. 1 out away from delivering the second straight scoreless frame to the Titans.
Isaiah Gomez 1 for 3. Had a hard hit single through the left side earlier today. First pitch fastball misses low.
Yeah, once again, Robles giving a long look back at second base for delivering his pitch.
Gomez still without any batting gloves. Reached down into the dirt to shake it around the hands. One-0 pitch, fastball middle cut, but it's popped up into center field. Playable for Alex Champagne, who calls it off and is camped to make the play. So a fly ball into center field, that does it for the bottom of the 7th inning. We're going to the 8th, still 5-4 Titans as they leave one stranded in scoring position here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach coming up to bat in the top of the 8th inning. They're going to start it off with a pinch hitter. Reed Montgomery steps up here. Pinch hitting for Efren Ortega. So it's 9-1-2 in the order due up, with Montgomery taking the at-bat in place of the starting catcher today for the Dirtbags. Reed Montgomery, the physical left fielder, batting from the left side. First pitch fastball misses outside. Gavin Meyer still on the mound for Fullerton. Next one, breaking ball, checked his swing, and he went around. One pitch, breaking ball, checked his swing again, but that time it's a called strike. Montgomery did not go around. It's a 1-2 count to the pinch hitter, leading off the top of the 8th inning. Breaking ball popped up into short center field, ranging back into the grass. Lada camped underneath it and makes the catch. So Reed Montgomery pops out to shortstop to start this top of the 8th.
Yeah, Reed Montgomery, for all of his muscle, not having a great season at the plate, batting just over 100, unable to put any power behind that pop-up.
There were a couple defensive changes for Cal State Fullerton heading into this inning. Andrew Kirshner, the starting center fielder today, moved into first base, where he started each of the last 2 games. Entering defensively, Cam Burdick, now in center field. They also made a swap in right with Paul Contreras entering to play right field. Fastball misses outside to start the at-bat to Kyle Ashworth. Defensive lineup into the game here for Fullerton. Matthew Bardowell and Isaiah Gomez each have their days cut short. 1-0 pitch, hit him on the front ankle. Kyle Ashworth does not move as a breaking ball at 83 catches him on the leg. Happy to take it. Now he's limping down to first base. That one caught him in a uncomfortable looking spot as it hit him right on the ankle. So Ashworth looks like he's in a little bit of pain right now. The athletic trainer is going to come out and give him a quick chat.
Yeah, the boost of adrenaline got him about halfway down the first base line, and now Kyle Ashworth has his helmet off, walking gingerly. Hope he'll be okay.
Ian Baldwin, the athletic trainer for Long Beach State. Ashworth signals that he's all good. Give a quick walk down the baseline, and now it looks like he'll be okay. Alex Champagne is stepping in here. Has had a big day so far for the Dirtbag center fielder. He's reached all 4 times to the plate, but before his at-bat can get going, we've got a mound visit coming together here for Fullerton.
There's been action in the Fullerton bullpen as well.
Hasn't been any sign. Now it comes. So it's going to be a pitching change here for Fullerton. They're going to a southpaw to face the left-handed hitting Alex Champagne. So as Champagne steps up here, it'll be a man on first with 1 out. Other upside, this gives Ashworth an extra little bit of time to shake off that hit by pitch. The Cal State Fullerton is going to the bullpen here to face Alex Champagne. We'll be right back here on 22 West Radio. With Alex Champagne coming up to bat, Andrew Wright is the southpaw coming out of the bullpen. Andrew Wright pitched in that game on Thursday and struck out Champagne to end it. So these two guys have familiarity with each other already. For Champagne against the lefties on Thursday, it was a heavy dose of breaking balls outside from Andrew Wright. So we'll see if they stick with that pitch and that scouting report here. Man on first with 1 out in the inning. First pitch, a fastball that misses outside at 89 miles an hour. Sinker from Wright doesn't find the zone.
Yeah, Andrew Wright, the sophomore, stands 6'1", 200 pounds. As a freshman, made just 8 appearances for the program. This is his 18th of the season.
1-0 pitch, breaking ball falls into the zone for strike 1. Andrew Wright has been nothing short of fantastic for the Titans this season. A 0.99 ERA, as this is his 18th game. One count. Wright sets at the belt, looks at Ashworth, now comes home with a fastball that's fouled off by Champagne. Wright with that nasty breaking ball comes to home plate looking somewhat like a slurve. A lot of horizontal movement. Tough matchup when it's a left-on-left situation and he's got that breaking ball in his back pocket. Champagne's gonna look to fight. 1-2 count. Now Wright gives a step and throw, but Ashworth dives back safely.
Yeah, we see Andrew Wright really pick his pitches. Had an impressive outing on Thursday, obviously able to close out the game.
Ashworth leads off at first. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed. They stick with the same scouting report that they had on Champagne the other night and retire Alex Champagne for the first time in the game. He had reached all 4 trips to the plate previously, but the strikeout there makes it 2 outs, Ashworth remaining at first.
Yeah, Ashworth represents the tying run. Dirtbags still trail the Titans 4-5 as Nathan Cadena, who has struggled today to put the ball in play, comes up to the plate.
Cadena had a hit his first time up, has been retired back-to-back at-bats since. 1 for 3 is his line. Got hit by a pitch. Step and a throw. Ashworth dives back safely. For Cadena, after that single his first time up, was retired in back-to-back plate appearances, and then he got hit by a pitch his last time up. Set the line straight.
There we go.
Ashworth down at first with 2 out. Can be a threat to run, but you wonder how that ankle is feeling after he got hit. Another step and a throw and another dive back ahead of the tag.
Yeah, Kyle Ashworth over on first, moving a little gingerly. You don't see him take up as aggressive a stance as he usually does. You know he's still in just a little bit of pain.
Left on right matchup. First pitch fastball in for a strike to Nathan Cadena. Center cut there, but Cadena takes it. Man on first with 2 outs. Dirtbags trail by a run. 0-1 pitch, fastball just missed the outside corner. Waldy Perez caught it with confidence and gave a point out to the mound, thinking that was going to be a strike call, but he doesn't get it from Dax Upton. 1-1 count to Nathan Cadena. Step and throw, Wright picks off again, but Ashworth dives back.
Yeah, it's Wright and Andrew Kirshner just playing pitch and catch, trying to keep Ashworth at bay.
Kirshner in his first inning at first base after moving in from the grass. 1-1, fastball popped up into right field, playable for Contreras. He ranges over a little bit to his left and makes the catch. So pop out into right field off the bat of Cadena ends the inning. Dirtbags leave one stranded again. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Fullerton will try to add some insurance. 5-4 lead for the Titans here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 8th inning, Fullerton with potentially one last chance to add some insurance before we go to the 9th. It's going to be 8, 9, and 1 due up in the order for the Titans, starting with Marcos Rosales. Albert Robles still on the mound for the Dirtbags. Robles works out of the windup. His first pitch, a fastball down and in for a strike. Rosales 0 for 3 today as the Titans DH. Five to 4, Cal State Fullerton ahead. 0-1 pitch, fastball tipped right off the glove. Connor Stewart is the new catcher for Long Beach State after an Efren Ortega was pinch hit for during that top of the 8th.
Connor Stewart started the Thursday and Friday matchups. A veteran presence behind the dish.
The senior transfer out of CSUN. 0-2, fastball misses high.
Also plenty of action over there in the Dirtbags bullpen, if need be. Right and left-handers warming up.
Christian Banda and Kaimi Kahalekai throwing for the Dirtbags. 1-2 pitch, slider down in the dirt, taken by Rosales for ball 2.
Thursday's game finished by the same scoreline we have now, a 5-4 win for Fullerton. Here in the bottom of the 8th, it's the Titans looking to keep piling on the pressure.
2-2 pitch from Robles, fastball yanked it in the dirt. So the count is full to Rosales, trying to work a leadoff base runner. Robles trying to win the battle. Payoff pitch, fastball yanked over to third. Evans caught it just before it hit the ground. So an atom ball there, scorched off the bat of Marcos Rosales, but right at the Dirtbag third baseman, and that goes for a loud out number 1.
That's why they call it a hot corner. Evans in the right spot to make the catch. Brings the ball right into the breadbasket. 1 down for the Dirtbags, looking to get out the inning, facing the bottom of the Titans order.
Waldy Perez comes up now after recording his first extra base hit of the season in his last at bat. Doubled down the third base line. Evans hugging the line again down there. Appears he will not let that same hit happen again. First pitch, a breaking ball, falls in for a strike.
Waldy Perez, the 6'1 senior out of Florida, Puerto Rico.
Robles gets the pitch call. 0-1, shows bunt but pulls it back as the fastball missed high. Stewart appeals down to first, but Perez did indeed get the bunt back in time. Can give a quick score update. Long Beach State softball was finishing off their series with UC Riverside today. A big game as the winner would move ahead in the Big West standings. They were tied entering the day. Long Beach State won it 4-3. Shows bunt, but pulls it back as that one's a called strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Perez shaking his head in disbelief.
Both the Dirtbags and Long Beach State softball on the fringes of the Big West standings, looking to pick up big wins down the stretch to make the tournament.
Today, a big day for both those teams. Softball took care of business. Dirtbags trying to as well. Foul ball off the bat of Perez to keep the at-bat alive. Fought off a fastball right at 90 miles an hour.
Perez spent 7 years in Puerto Rico before moving to the United States. Attended El Camino College before transferring to Fullerton as a sophomore. Made 34 starts last season. Contributed decent numbers offensively.
Got it by him. 82 mile an hour breaking ball up at the top of the zone, but Perez comes up empty. So the second strikeout of the game for Albert Robles makes it 2 outs, nobody on for the top of the Fullerton order.
Now Perez, in a little under half of his appearances this season at the plate, has struck out. Robles gets him swinging. 2 down now, 1 out away, and nobody on.
The dangerous Carter Johnstone comes up. Walk and a hit by pitch for him. First pitch breaking ball roped out into the right center gap. Ashworth tracking over, but he can't get it. That ball bounces. Ashworth cuts it off before it gets to the wall, but it's still an easy stand-up double for Carter Johnstone. That's Johnstone's first hit of the game today, but still staying hot. A fantastic weekend for the Titans leadoff man, and he's got a 2-out double here in the 8th.
That's Johnson's 11th double of the season. Put a lot of power behind that ball. Finds the gap right between Ashworth and Champagne. Kyle Ashworth does well to field it on one hop, prevent a bounce off the wall. But nevertheless, a runner in scoring position now for Fullerton.
6th hit of the series for Carter Johnstone. 3rd time he's reached today. That brings up Maddox Lotta with the Titans having a man in scoring position. Looking to add some late insurance here in the 8th. Lotta 1 for 2 today. First pitch fastball misses just above the letters. The Titans with 7 hits as an offense today. Compare that to 6 for Long Beach. Been a fairly clean defensive game. Only 1 error for the Dirtbags. None for Fullerton. One 0 pitch, fastball on the outside corner for a strike. One count to Maddox Lotta, a right-on-right matchup between Robles and the Fullerton shortstop. Good speed at second base for Johnstone. Fastball cut on and missed. Lotta with a big hack there. Had his body turn into a jello as he came up empty. Resets himself outside the home plate circle as he's got a 1-2 count.
Lotta was drowning in that pitch. Excellent work by Robles. Changing up the speed. Just needs one more strike.
Robles looks back at second. 1-2 pitch, fastball misses high. Crossed at the eyes there as Lotta lays off. Man on second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Titans ahead 5-4. Looking to add some insurance. 2-2 pitch from Albert Robles. Fastball hit off the end of the bat. That's going to get down into the left center gap and score a run. Lotta rounds first, going into second on a slide. It's an RBI double for Cal State Fullerton. Maddox Lotta adds 1 more. They're now ahead 6-4.
Robles was just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning without any damage to the scoreboard. But Maddox Lotta has other plans. Ropes one into left field. An easy stand-up score. Comes round to home plate. Lotta slides into second. Now the Titans have a 2-run cushion.
Lotta got a fastball on the outside corner. It just appeared to be sitting dead red as he went out and hooked it down into short center field. Off the end of the bat, no chance for any Dirtbags outfielders to get to that one as they were playing fairly deep. Still positioned that same way now as Andrew Kirshner comes up. A huge 6th run for Fullerton extends their lead to 2. Still a chance for some more. First pitch to Kirshner, fastball popped straight up, shallow center field. Champagne ranges in, calls it off, and makes the catch. Ooh, that got tough there at the end as Champagne just about lost it, but able to make the play to retire the side. Fullerton adds 1 more on an RBI double from Maddox Lotta. They produced both their base runners in that inning with 2 outs. So now as we go to the 9th, 6-4 Titans. They're looking to close it out and win the 15-mile rivalry. We'll be right back for the final 3 outs as the Dirtbags look to rally here on 22 West Radio. Andrew Wright looking to complete the save for the Titans and win this 15-mile rivalry series. Dirtbags could use a rally right now. This is a huge game for Long Beach to try to win their 4th consecutive Big West series, but Fullerton only 3 outs away from handing Long Beach their 2nd loss of the weekend. It's 4, 5, and 6 due up for Long Beach. Andrew Wright back out, the southpaw on the mound for the Titans. Easton Elliott, the lefty, will start this 9th inning. First pitch from Wright, breaking ball, misses outside.
Yeah, Dirtbags are going to need at least 2 runs here in the top of the 9th or it's game over. Such a pivotal series, such an important rivalry. We got to see who's going to step up to the plate in these big moments.
Elliott 2 for 4 today. 1-0 pitch, fastball outside. Wright will do everything he can to avoid a free pass here to lead off this 9th. He's working with a 2-run cushion as the Titans are ahead 6-4. 2-0 pitch, fastball in there for a called strike 1. Two-one pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Right at 90 miles an hour, up and away. Elliott comes up empty, and it's now a 2-2 count.
Yeah, big hack there from Easton Elliott. Just couldn't put bat to ball.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A slider off the outside part, filthy pitch from Wright, gets Elliott to strike out. Once again, a really tough left-on-left matchup, and Wright picks up his 2nd punch out.
Yeah, that pitch had some nasty horizontal break on it. A lot of curve from Wright. Catches Elliott swinging. And the Titans now 2 outs away from closing this one out.
Connor Sharpio coming up now. A 2-run deficit as Sharpio digs into the right-handed box. First pitch fastball misses outside.
Connor Sharpio hitless in his last 3 games. Was able to lay down a crucial sacrifice bunt today, but approaching 4 games without a hit.
1-0 taken outside on another fastball. Sharpio has fallen below the Mendoza line now, batting just 195. Been a tough spring for the Dirtbag senior. Batted .314 last year. 2-0, fastball misses outside.
Sharpio doing well to look off all these pitches.
Wright now in danger of walking the tying run to the plate. It's Trotter and Wright waiting on deck. 3-0 pitch to Sharpio. Fastball misses high and away. A 4-pitch walk as Andrew Wright has put Sharpio on, and now the Dirtbags will bring the tying run to the plate. Trotter and Wright looking back at the dugout for a set of signs, but the true freshman shortstop, who has had a very up and down weekend here in Fullerton, with a big chance to do something here for the Dirtbags.
Yeah, we seem to be talking a lot about Trotter Enright. Every time he steps up to the plate, he's had errors this weekend. He's had rough plate appearances, but if he can pull something off now, that's what he'll be remembered for.
Enright 1 for 3 today. First pitch breaking ball on the outside corner. Great location there at 76 miles an hour for Wright. Enright steps back in. Left on left matchup, man on first with 1 out. 2-run lead for Fullerton. 0-1 pitch, ground ball over to shortstop. 6, 4, 3. That does it. And Fullerton has won the 15-mile rivalry. A double play turned from Malata to Lopez over to Kirshner at first. And Long Beach has dropped the 3rd game in the series. 6-4 the final score. Titans win it. Andrew Wright picks up the save.
Yeah, Trotter Enright, nothing he could do about it. Chopped that ball right into the double play. Was caught sliding head first into first base. And the Dirtbags dropped their first series for the first time in a while. They'll rue their missed opportunities over this game, as they did on Thursday night. as it ends, Fullerton 6, Long Beach 4.
Fullerton improves to 11-7 in conference play. They're pretty securely in the 3rd spot in the conference standings. Long Beach down at 9-12 now in Big West play. It's only 5 teams that will make it back to Fullerton here for the conference tournament at the end of the season. Long Beach currently in 7th place in the conference, down at 9-12 now. 3 more conference series to go after this one. Every game is going to be crucial for Long Beach for here on out in order to try and make it back here to Fullerton at the end of the schedule.
Yeah, TJ Bruce is going to need to rally his guys up. This Long Beach team definitely has ambition. They just lack big performances in clutch moments. Had a chance with the tying run at the plate today. We've seen it throughout the season. Just need some big performers to step up in big spots after this series. They've got a midweek game against USC at home at Blair Field for a homestand against CSUN. Those 4 games going to be crucial for Long Beach's postseason hopes as we rapidly approach the end of the season.
And set the final line, Long Beach State, 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Fullerton gets the win, 6 runs on 8 hits and 0 errors. So Fullerton plays a clean game on defense and is able to squeak this one out. 6-4, the final score. That'll do it for us here at Goodwin Field. Bruce Kuntz with JayDe Beaudry next to me. This has been Long Beach State Dirtbags Baseball on 22 West Radio, streaming live on the 22 West Sports YouTube channel. We'll be back on the air later tonight at 7 p.m. for Beach Men's Volleyball back at the Pyramid. Hope you'll join us for that, and thanks again for tuning into this one.